gentlemen, it is very cold outside, but unlike Harry up in New York, we don't have to deal with all that snow and stuff because apparently Virginia has a force field built around it to keep all the snow away from this state.
It's Fort Eustis.
Except maybe a couple of flurries. We did see like 2 or 3 flurries, and that was it. What's up, John?
It's not that cold out. Echo, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit.
34.
That's not
That would be perfect for snow, but we got no snow. So all I see is a bunch of YouTube videos on how much snow everybody else got. I mean, I feel for those people because that's too much snow. A little bit will be good. Too much is bad. So welcome to the most boringest vape show on the internet. There you go. We're here.
No.
8 inches in Middle Tennessee. Yeah, I saw that Tennessee was getting some snow, Oz. It's like, dadgum, man. If they can get freaking snow over there, then we can get snow over here. It just, I don't know when we're ever going to get snow. We may not. So, and then I was supposed to get some stuff in the mail today. I was going to have some more disposables to try for you guys to see if I liked them. The mail people lied once again, and it's not coming till tomorrow. So I'll get...
The mail service is getting worse and worse.
It's getting bad. So, you know, I will say, you remember I was telling you about the Lost Vape ones, right? And this one, I've been vaping on it over a week now, and it says 0% flavor left. I knew the counter was off, but a whole week is just now getting to the point where it's kind of tasting like it's done. I just keep charging it and hitting it until it tastes dry, and then I stop. But yeah, it's been going and going and going. Did I try the new Kato 10K? I do have some 10K ones on the way, Caden. I think I have 3 of them on the way, actually. What's up, Will?
No, I thought you got these.
Oh, yeah, those I got. The Vihos. Yeah. I forget how many puffs those are, but that one that she had.
I think it was 7,000.
No, it's at least 10,000.
Okay, sure.
That one that she had lasted quite a while, so, and it's huge, so obviously they got to fill that thing up with juice. Oh, your girlfriend loves that and the one I just showed? Yeah, the Lost Vape ones, like I said, the counter's off on it.
But that wasn't adjusting myself. Y'all are freaks.
This thing will go down to 0% in like a couple days, but yet you can continue vaping it. So their flavor counter is way off on this little dispo. I mean, a lot of them you don't even get a counter, so...
Are we too lazy to call them disposables now? They're dispos?
Yeah, dispos. They're dispos.
I thought about it, Caden. I saw them in the store, and I'm like, do I want a Mike Tyson vape?
Hey, I got the Hulk Hogan ones, man. You know, hey, why get Mike Tyson when you can get Hulk Hogan? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think Mike Tyson would fuck Hulk Hogan.
This one's strawberry ice.
Who would win in a fight between Hulk Hogan and Mike Tyson?
That would be Mike Tyson.
Right. Mike's are
but
okay.
you know that doesn't count in dispos. You know. Flavors.
It'll bite your ear off.
That's good, dar thing.
He hasn't bitten anybody lately.
Yeah, you know,
he's been on his best behavior.
Bill, which I don't think he's in here, Bill H sent me a video of his trike, and he was wondering about a couple of the straps that go on the side of his trike. And from what I can tell, it looks like those are the stabilizer lines that come off of your seat that go down to the trike, and basically it holds the front of the trike up so that it doesn't droop down when you're flying. You know, it takes the weight off the front. So he was wondering how to hook that up, and I was going to show him on mine, but it's been so cold and rainy and nasty outside. I'm like, not happening right now.
It hasn't been that cold, you big wussy.
Okay, I'm a big wuss then.
You are.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Something about straps.
Yeah, but not that. It was something completely different.
Yeah.
Old age, man. It just gets to you. Uh, I really don't know. I did hook up the Hadron Pro, and I started vaping it today just to get the battery down so I could charge it again. So I did check the other batteries. 2 of them are dead. This is the only one that works, which is the newest one. I think this is the one I had, and then the other 2 are dead because they stayed uncharged for way too long. And the only way I can get new
Pepper
batteries,
and gold rum.
the only way to get new batteries is order them from China and hope that they fit. Because I can't find any on the internet that are of the same size. You can find the same model all day long, but getting that size so that it'll fit inside this thing, that's the hard part.
Generation Kill. What is that?
Generation
Why
Kill.
you got cat fur all over my face?
Diet Coke is great, Will. We went and had wings from our favorite place yesterday. Absolutely delicious. And I loaded up on plenty of Diet Coke. Munchkin had lemonade, but I drank at least 4 glasses of Diet Coke while I was in there. That guy, like, every time he sees us, he just smiles because he knows we're going to go in there and buy a lot of food. And we're continuous customers. We go in there all the time.
I'm still amazed at how they can take just giant chunks of all white meat and make them taste. Because y'all know how boneless wings are like fucking chicken nuggets, right? These people have somehow mastered the art of making them crispy. They're not breaded, so they don't have like a thick breading like nuggets. But somehow they make them taste like they have skin on them and that they've been fried. They're fucking delicious.
Cloud Chucker, it's good that you mentioned that about reviving them with e-scribe. I've already done that once. This is the second time it's happened, and now they will not revive with e-scribe. I tried already. And I mean, I let it run for days to try and revive the battery, and it's like, nope, not happening. Now, there may be a way to trick the battery, like throw some current into it from like a normal battery charger to bring the battery up just a little bit. Once the battery has some charge in it, then it'll accept charge from the charger. But you got to get the battery up to a certain level before it'll accept the charger, or the charger will accept it, I should say.
I don't
may
think
try
I've
that.
seen those in the store, Caden. The Modus ones that he just mentioned, I just looked them up. I don't recognize the way those look.
Modus. Cato Modus. Yeah, I don't think I've seen.
But they've got a green apple jolly.
I have not seen those.
And a blue slushy.
Blue slushy,
And a
I would
Pop.
like a bit. That sounds
Chilled
good.
white gummy. I bet that would be good, except for the fact that it's got ice in it. I don't know why they got to add ice to everything.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, even if I say it's too cold for me to go and fly, right? But I do want to at least go out and kite my wing, man. I'm way out of practice. I have not flown since a couple days before Halloween. That's a long time. That's a long time. You get well out of practice if you wait that long. So I got to figure something out. What else has happened this week? Can't even remember everything, man.
A whole lot of nothing.
It was a whole lot of nothing. Besides being busy at work. They tried to kill me one day. I don't know what they were thinking. Well, it was right after New Year, so all the new files came in at the same time, and I was like, man, y'all trying to kill me. 14 files in one day. That was a lot. A lot.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I do have, you know, I forgot which show it was on. Maybe it was probably on the show that I do on Monday nights, with Sean and Will and Linda and everybody. Jim, if I can get it out. I'm choking
Oh,
on
Walter, what are you choking on?
I'm choking on reflux, pretty much.
Oh.
That just came back up in my throat, and that
Agreed.
burns. Kite indoor. Really, Tony? Come on, man. You know better than that. That wing won't fit inside this house unless it's folded. I'll put it that way.
No, he was talking about, you read the upwards comment where they got wind tunnels. You call NASA, see if you can go kite in their wind
Oh,
tunnel.
that would be cool. Yeah. Let's just go and stand behind the jets, and we'll get plenty of air off of those. Probably melt the stand in front of the Dyson. That's
Something
hilarious.
tells me that's not going to be quite as powerful.
See, now y'all made me forget what I was gonna say again. Damn. Oh, I was talking about on the show. Somebody was talking about the FAA may end up trying to make us have a license to do this sport now that all this drone stuff is going around, and whatever the name of that stupid terrorist group that got on paramotors and did all that.
That would be Hamas.
There you go, those guys. So he said we'd be considered basically outlaws or something. So I thought about that, and I was like, you know what? That's a good name. So I now own paramotoroutlaw.com. So if you go to paramotoroutlaw.com, it'll bring you right to my YouTube channel. Just saying. Instead of I think Paramotor Dude still, I think I deleted it, so it may not anymore. But the Outlaw one's going to be up now for the next at least 3 years, so we're good there.
You bought it for 3 years?
3 years, yes.
Remember when we had the discussion about you spending money on shit you didn't need?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, that would be one of them things.
That would be one of them things?
Wee Man is from Jackass, and I'm quite certain I've seen Wee Man get launched off lots of stuff, but I don't recall him getting launched off
with a parachute. I don't remember seeing that part either. Y'all got wind tunnels all over the place. That would not be an enjoyable kiting session. But I know when we were kiting down there at Kyle's place in Louisiana, that was a very stable, decent wind. I mean, we were getting 8 to 10 miles an hour steady when me and Kevin were kiting. Awesome. I could, and that place is in between a lot of trees. That Spring Hill Airport's in between a lot of trees, but the air comes through there perfectly. And we just sit there and kited for hours. Kyle had to work, so we were just sitting there practicing kiting, which I really enjoyed doing that. That was fun. Which I got video of me kiting a little bit, but I took some video when we went to the aquarium last weekend, and I took it on the 360. For some reason, I had my 360 in the wrong mode. I don't know how that happened, but it recorded everything high speed. Same way the GoPro does. If you hold the power button too long, you'll record everything in high speed. So, no, you're good, Cloud Chucker. 7 months is fine, man. I wouldn't even start even thinking about worrying about it till after 12 months. As long as you've kept them out of the sunlight and heat, you're good to go. Especially concentrates. You only got concentrates that don't even have.
Are several years old.
Yeah, those are concentrates. You don't even have nick or anything in there with them. So you're good to go, man. You're still going to be adding your VG, BG, nicotine. So you're good to go. I would not worry about those concentrates at all. Which you can still buy.
The worst that would happen is they just taste weird.
For anybody that's a member over on Higgy, you can still get concentrates. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good place to get some concentrates.
What happened to the heat? Winter. It's cold.
It is a lot cooler outside than it has been, CDC.
It's warmer than it was the other night. It got down to 17.
Yeah, it was 17. That was pretty cold.
And our heat pump's been keeping up with it just fine.
I don't know how our heat pump is surviving. Usually heat pumps don't like the cold, and they will kick over
because it gets warm enough during the day to where it's fine.
I guess.
It's not 17 degrees constantly.
I would have loved that, Creed. 66 is great. I could take that temperature, no problem. Fly for Gauge is coming up soon, and we are so not ready. We have not really looked except one time for tickets, and they were crazy high, so...
No, I told you, I found round trip on, Spirit Airlines for like 146 a piece.
That was Spirit.
We might have to push the airplane.
Right. I don't want to go down with Spirit. I'm just saying.
I mean, hey, you want to go on a trip that we don't
We will
have the money
remember the
for, you're
spirit
going to
of
have to.
Scuba as he went down in the spirit plane.
What about me?
And Munchkin.
Damn.
I meant you too. I mean, First class only? Yeah, I hear you, Will.
Shit. It'd be nice, but I ain't got
Tony,
money for
in
that.
all fairness, I've never been on a spirit plane. I've only heard about the horror stories, so I
Look, if you can fly Southwest, you can fly Spirit.
don't think I've been on Southwest either.
Look, we don't belong in first class, all right? We
No,
might
I
get
don't.
along just fine on Spirit Airlines.
Probably. And honestly, from here to Florida wouldn't even be that
Creed,
long of a
you'd be
flight.
amazed at how much I can fit into a carry-on. I'm just saying. I haven't checked a bag.
Really? Can you fit my wing in your carry-on?
I
That'd be
thought you
awesome.
weren't bringing any of that shit.
Well, I thought maybe the
Like,
wing.
I went to Georgia
helmet.
for a week and didn't check a bag. It was all on my carry-on because I have a really big fucking purse, and that doubles as a second suitcase.
John, your wife just informed you that? Oh, by the way, John, you're paying for me and Grandma to go to Italy and Greece in June. Just thought we'd let you know
even
that.
if it's $100 for a carry-on, Creed, Spirit would still be cheaper for a round-trip ticket than the next cheapest option.
The wing
Tyra
and the
thinks that
carry-on.
It would make it less risky.
Jeez. Pizza's
I mean,
ready.
I'm not overly concerned about it. Either we can go or we can't go.
I don't like the cold either, King Cobra, but Munchkin likes the cold better than the heat. I understand that, but
I don't do heat.
I like going outside more than she does, so it's bad for me. I like being outside.
If you dress appropriately, being outside is fine.
Okay, well you can only take off so much in the summertime.
Exactly, without the cops getting called. You can add layers in the wintertime.
She just got back from
Hi,
a Mexico cruise. Wow, she's like, oh, Jade, let me see if I can show you. Hold on.
I don't know where he went. He just got up and left. She said I didn't do it.
Okay, never mind. Jade,
May have.
what had happened was, luckily, the house we moved from has some pretty cool new tenants, and somehow they know Munchkin's daughter, and they let her know that I had some mail there, and we were able to go pick up the envelope you sent with the stickers. I think it's out in the car, though. So I did get it. You're good. You don't have to send anything else. I do appreciate that, though.
Yeah, they said we got stickers, but they didn't say anything about the Manscaped order that was. I don't think they were in the house yet, though, at that particular point.
Oh, the Manscaped stuff. Yeah. Well.
I mean, they shipped that for free again anyway, but still.
Yeah. Of course, Manscaped's got a rep to protect.
Yes, Will.
Yes, we have real IDs, not fake ones. Not, but they are real IDs though. I think all IDs now are real IDs, aren't they?
They kept delaying it. But Virginia was one of the ones that was like, no, we're not delaying it anymore. So new ones that they issued was the real ID.
Yeah, exactly, Harry. That's what it's for.
I mean, there's more than just shaving your balls.
Says I'm not going to Europe. Been there, done that. Didn't lose anything. Awesome. It's like
why did VC just randomly load out of fucking nowhere?
I do not know. I've seen a lot of people that I know and fly with go and take trips to Costa Rica and different areas, and I'm like, man, how do y'all afford that stuff? And then to go down there and not bring your paramotor so you can't fly, that has to kill you inside. But like John went, and he did get to fly, but he flew on a gyrocopter. instead of a paramotor. So he still got to fly while he was down there. So I guess that, satisfied his itch. Because I know if I went to a place like that and I was like, man, this is beautiful, it'd be awesome to fly here, and then you couldn't do it, that would suck. I keep having dreams about taking off again from that field over there on the trike, and it's just not been a good time to do it, or temperature, honestly. So I'm waiting. I shall wait patiently. You're going to Croatia. Wow. I've only met in my life, I think, well, that I know of, maybe 2 Croatians. That's it. When the girl told me she was from there, I was like, what? I didn't even know about the area at that point. I have no desire to go outside the U.S. ever again. Well, there you go. I don't mind going on cruises and stuff, like to the Bahamas or Jamaica or something like that, but to go overseas, I mean, the only thing I would do for something like that is maybe a Vapor Expo or something, but
Boo.
honestly,
I want to go to the Canary Islands and I want to go to Ireland.
Those expos are all disposable stuff now anyway. Unless the laws change, it's not worth going over there.
Even though I found out I'm more Scottish than Irish, which is weird and completely thrown off everything I've ever known about our family, but whatever.
England, Ireland, and Germany. Well, there you go, Will.
I used to live in Italy. The only thing I remember about it is pigeons and marble floors there because I was little.
If we can figure out a way to make our paramotors fly for, 50 hours at a time, maybe we could fly
I would
straight
still
across
take
the
an
ocean.
airplane. I'll meet you there.
Yeah, we would be going really slow.
Scottish people have pointy elbows. Yeah, we do.
Unless we get a nice east wind, and we just fly straight over.
Well, my last name is Callahan, which is not Scottish. So I've never had one of the ancestry things done, but my aunt did. And that side of the family is where that portion comes from. So I knew there was German in there because my grandmother, my dad's mom, is very German.
Mm-hmm.
But I always thought it was Irish, German, and then my mom is Welsh and some type of Indian. So I was very surprised when Scottish came in more than the Irish. That's kind of shocking.
Walter, I'd love to see Australia, but you have a lot of things in Australia that could kill us.
Everything.
And it's very expensive to go to Australia. I mean, they have a lot of stuff in Australia that'll kill you.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
I'd want
like,
to pet it all. Let me pet it. I just won't pet it. Let me touch it.
Especially that one right there, Yardbird. What the heck is going on, bud?
Yardbird.
How you doing over there, buddy? You freaking band member, super rock
Yardbird's
star.
all into the music scene and.
Yeah, catch the jet stream. You'd have to fly pretty high to catch the jet stream.
No, that's Alaska, Will.
Manscaped commercial just played. Oh my gosh, awesome. I guess because we said Manscaped, it's like, hey.
I didn't get Manscaped.
We'll roll a Manscaped commercial. I don't get commercials because I got premium YouTube, but.
Yeah, I'm not paying for that shit. No, I'm just paying for your premium Spotify that I don't.
Okay, this is the thing, right? YouTube used to run commercials every once in a while. You used to be able to watch like 2 or 3 videos before you would get a commercial. It has gotten so bad that I couldn't take it anymore. It literally was playing 2 or 3 commercials in the middle of 5-minute videos, and I'm like, you're ruining the whole video. Stupid commercial comes on, then it goes right back. Then goes back to back to another commercial. I just got tired of it. I was like, I can't do it. There were way too many commercials. Do women really want a guy that escapes? Just curious.
That skates? Oh,
Scapes.
scapes.
Yeah, manscapes.
It depends on the extent of that, Tony. Do I want a man that looks like he's a swimmer? A bald chicken? No. Do I also want him to look like he's smuggling a midget in his underpants? Also no. So, basic maintenance.
Yeah,
Doesn't necessarily need to be landscaped, but basic
like if I
maintenance.
shaved off my chest hair and armpits
Yes,
and all
that's
that,
a that's
would
that's
be
a
too
that's a
much.
no. Yeah.
Right. $6,500 cash from the government thing. I don't know
I'll
nothing
take
about
it.
that, Will.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I'll take the 6,500. That'll get me out of debt. That'd be awesome. Or close to it anyway.
No, Tony, nobody wants that.
I'm still worried about when that credit card decides, hey, you no longer get your 0% APR. We're going to hit you
Why
hard.
are you worried about it? You already know how much the payment's going to be.
Yeah, but I'm still that's what worries me because
Well, it's going to suck.
I'll never
but
get it down at that rate.
You're not getting it down at this rate.
No, I'm not. You're right. That's the problem. I thought I could. So I have not touched that credit card in a while. I don't even know. I would be curious to go back and look and see what I actually put on that card to make that limit that high.
A bunch of dumb shit you didn't fucking need.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Will, it's kind of funny you bring up the solar thing. Because, yes, we own our home, right? But we've
No, we
had
don't,
at least 15 different companies stop by the house here and try to get us to get solar.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not interested in paying for solar panels for the next 30 years because you'll end up spending, what, $90,000 on solar panels? So, Munchkin has gotten this bright idea. So now when they call, or actually they came by the house yesterday while I was at work, so nobody was here. So I had them on camera. And the guy kept banging on the door, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to, I was like, yes, can I help you? On my phone, because I can see him and he can hear me. And he said, yeah, blah, 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 I'm with blah, blah, blah solar. And we just go, yeah, we rent. And as soon as you tell them you rent the house, they're gone. Bye, see you later. They don't come back, which works out great because we're not interested in their solar panels. So if you have any
someone
problems,
come by 4 days ago for that shit. Them and the water purifier people, it's like, nah, you already suckered the prior owner. We already have a water filter, which I'm sure they were quite pissed off when they realized they had to pay that off when they sold the house. It was like $7,000.
Yeah. It works great, Harry. It works so well.
Because they don't know who you are.
Whatever they're trying to sell you, just tell them you rent and they're gone. They will not bother you anymore.
Nope, there are very few states that let you pay into the grid.
Yeah, Lead Pipe says do not go solar. Even though I will say that most of the houses on this street have solar. They got suckered in.
Yeah, it just means most of the people on the street are suckers. If I was going to do solar, I would find a way to do it ourselves little by little instead of spending $40,000 for somebody else. And yeah, fuck that.
There's 3 stipulations to this. All right. Number 1, yes, our house is in a great area for solar. We get sun from sun up to sundown. There's no trees blocking the house. It would be a great candidate for solar. But number 2, our power bill's never been this cheap. We're used to seeing way higher power bills. So
the power bill I just literally just paid, like when the show was starting, I was paying bills, was $210.
Yeah.
And that includes heat because we don't have gas heat. My projected bill, my next bill, is less than this one.
So
and it never got above $250.
We would not be saving money by having solar panels because we would be paying for those solar panels to get a cheaper power bill, which honestly probably wouldn't even drop the bill that much. but spending
Probably
the
would,
the
but
money
we'd
that
be
we
spending
save
it on solar
on
panels
solar
instead
panels.
of an electric bill.
Right. Yeah, we'd just be spending on solar panels.
We'd be dead by the time we realized any gain from it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if we bought the house when we were 20 and did it then, but yeah, other than that, it's not worth it.
If you can't store it or use it during the daytime, it's useless. Yeah, there you go, Scott. Yeah, I mean they can set you up with a nice battery system to where it stores all this power and you can run off of it at night and stuff. But honestly, we never, even in the summer, we were here in the summer, our power bills never got that high. Running
it never
the
went
AC.
over $250, I don't think.
Yeah, and that was in really hot weather, so I think we're doing good. But you know,
well, and the sun heats up this house big time coming through that back window too, and it still didn't get over 250.
well, before we had
AC.
a lot of other people living with us. Now it's just you and I and the pets. That's it.
Mhm.
So we don't unnecessarily.
Well, even at the
Munchkin
townhouse,
does,
the usage was not the issue. It didn't matter if somebody left a light on or if we had 3 people watching TV all day. Based on what the power company was telling me of the items that were using the most power, it was heating or not heating, it was cooling. It was the fucking air conditioner.
yeah, that air
In
conditioner.
that 2-story fucking house that was not.
Yeah, it was a 2-story
sealed
house
well.
with 1 unit. It should have had 2 units on that damn thing.
Most normal
But it didn't.
2-story houses here do not have dual zone. They have 1 unit.
Really?
Because most 2-story houses here are just simple 2-story houses.
Maybe you're
They're not
thinking about
3,000.
maybe older house. I know in Georgia, all the
Yes.
newer 2-story houses
Well,
have 2
exactly.
units. Every one.
We are not in the market for newer houses, full stop, period. This house was built in the 50s. If you get into a house that's got, over 2,000, 3,000 square feet, yes, it's going to have dual zone. But 90% of them do not.
I'm interested to see how low my coins have got from me gambling, because I know I've lost a lot more than I've gained. Look,
You
see,
still got a bit.
I got $1 million, a little over $1 million, while Frankenmeiser's got 16 million. There's a difference there.
Can you give yourself more coins?
Now, where Lead Pipe lives, that is a great place to fly. Over there by where the Wright brothers are, or flew, I should say. Not where they are.
I got
Jeez.
more money than you do.
Yeah, you do. You probably didn't gamble it away. So, Will's got 372,000.
What can I trade in my coins for?
I don't know. I never did figure that out yet.
No, I'm not
If I
talking
ever-
about everybody else. What can I trade my coins in for?
Wow. You saying my coins ain't no good?
I have perks.
Like, I want to give
What are-
I want
what
to
are
give my
my
coins
coins
away.
good for?
What are my coins worth? I don't understand the coin thing. Tony,
It's fake money, Tony.
it's fake gambling. If you have a bad gambling habit, then hey, have at it. That's what it's for.
Yes, you will lose nothing. Wally's a billionaire.
Some power gliders and
He
kites.
is. Look at that.
Yeah, flying down there off of the beach by Kitty Hawk was amazing. I literally was able to sit there and fly all day. It was great until I landed in the freaking hot sand, which I didn't realize was going to be that hot.
I mean, I thought it was pretty funny.
Basically burned my feet after trying to burrow myself into the ground.
He knew some Croatians once. They were raving about something.
Oh, Yardbird, you still got it. I'm thinking that this is going to die. It's at 45%. I don't think you want to take this battery below 30%. So before it gets to 30, I will take it off and put it on charger. I got another mod ready to go with batteries.
How does
in it,
Nightbot have coins?
I don't know. Maybe Nightbot's been gambling when we weren't around. I don't
Right.
know.
Very nice, Yardbird.
International
Congratulations
Blues
for that.
Challenge. Quarterfinals. Dang, that's nice, Yardbird. Heck yeah. Yeah, I still need to go over on the Fly It for Gauge Facebook page and order shirts. I want to do that before the price goes up, so I will have to do that sometime this weekend. And and Shane's right. I can't order just myself a shirt. Munchkin will have to have one. If we make
depends
it
on
down
what kind
there
of-
like we're planning to, then I don't want to have a shirt and she not have one. That would suck. What is better, Zoom or Discord?
There's completely two different things.
Yeah, I would say Discord is better for playing games. Zoom is better for this type of function.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't use Discord for something like this. Zoom is definitely better.
I don't think Discord has video, do they?
I don't think so. They have sound. You could sound all day long.
Yeah, which is the pain in the ass, because I know when I was playing WoW with Tandy and Three Dog, the whole push to talk thing was fucking me
Segways
up.
have a pretty good weight limit on them. Some of the other electric or ECVs or whatever they call them don't have as much weight capacity as Segway
Oh, they
does.
do have video now?
They have video now? Wow. Okay. That shows how much I know about Discord. I've had a real hard time recovering my Discord account, so because it's still listed under my old phone number, and when you try to email them about it, they go, well, you could always just open a new account. Yeah, but I want my original. I want my original account.
Not getting it.
Zoom is free, Harry, unless you want to have a lot of people in a meeting, or if your meeting runs over an hour, I think, then you would
You
have
have
to
to
just
restart it
restart
unless
your
there's
meeting.
just two of you.
Yeah. If there's
It's-
more than two people, right. If there's only two, I think it's unlimited. So you can use Zoom for free. And there's really not that many perks of having a paid for Zoom besides higher quality video and being able to record or broadcast. I could broadcast straight from Zoom to YouTube. I choose not to, because if I did straight Zoom to YouTube, it would be like what Sean does, and you can't put backgrounds. You can't do that in Zoom. You can do
I
a
don't know.
small background, but you can't do what OBS can do. So
Well, let's do another one.
let's do another what?
Mod Heist. We'll rob you again.
Oh, Mod Heist? Oh, okay.
Mhm.
What happened to the Lost Mod Heist? Yeah, we died. Yeah, there you go. As
Was
usual.
it me? I didn't kill y'all, right?
I think the Mod Heist thing is rigged. We die to the sex pond all the time. That saying has to go away. Up, takes the last seat. Uh-oh, it's time to head to Scuba's. Oh boy, here we go. Discord is better anyway. I'm definitely not a Discord pro. I don't even know how to get in. I have a Discord. I don't really know how to get into channels and set up new channels under Discord and or
Yeah,
talk
there's
to
a lot of
people,
stuff.
especially through
Oh shit!
a
Will
game
bled out.
system.
Vector pushed everything off the desk. It's starting to
The police come.
the rates are starting to go down slowly. So it's starting to pick up. The problem is the inventory here, and some sellers still refuse to admit that they missed the bus.
Will, you wouldn't even be able to tell because your shoes are red anyway, so if you bled out, we wouldn't even know it. $200 hook into the power and meter and go backwards. Shh, don't tell no one.
See, Walter, here though, a lot
You-
of the states, when solar first started, you could go back into the grid. You could get paid. They would pay you for the energy that you put back into the grid. But once it started getting more popular and it was costing them profit, they decided that was a bad idea. So now you're always going to have a bill because they have all their connection and supply fees. Whether you could literally have your house turned off at the main breaker and be empty for a month and you'd still get a fucking bill. Just because of all of their connection and service fees and this fee and that charge that they've added to it and a bunch of other bullshit. I don't know if there's anybody left that lets you pay into the grid. Yeah, we don't have solar panels, Yardbird. We sent them away. Now, half the people on our street have solar panels, some way more than others. But I'm not interested. I'm sure that's probably part of it too, Dire Thing. Our infrastructure here isn't too bad, unlike some other places. We don't have too many problems, but yeah, he got up and made himself a drink when my cup's been empty. I was about to do that too. My guess would be the power companies, John Wayne. I mean, you know, add another patch to go on the congressman's jacket of who bought them off.
Yes, Yardbird, all the solar panels that are here are mounted on the roof. So, yeah. I mean, it looks like, especially the one they just did across the street, it looks like they did a good job. I don't see the neighbors out jumping and hollering that they're saving money on their power bill, but it looks like they did an okay job on it. They put plenty of panels on that house.
No, Tony. I had some friends of ours back when I was hanging out with my ex-husband. We had some friends where literally this dude would just hold up his can and shake it, and his woman would get up and run and get another beer. And I looked at my ex-husband and I'm like, don't get any bright ideas, because that can is not going to be where you're expecting to find it. That's not going to happen here.
There was rum sitting over there, Kramer, but I chose not to go the rum route. I'm trying this salted.
What are you drinking?
This is the Crown Royal salted caramel.
Oh, what did you drink with that? What did you mix with that?
It's Dr. Pepper. It actually tastes pretty good.
You don't mix that with Dr. Pepper. You drink that straight.
Well, I could have, but I need it to last longer.
No, it'll last longer if you're sipping it straight.
I don't sip. I don't usually sip. That's the problem.
Exactly, Scott. Coconut rum is good, but it's got like 2% alcohol.
Your homeowners will go up if you get solar on your roof. Well, I mean, we got flood insurance.
Well, that's completely different.
For now. I know a lot of the places over not on the Eastern Shore. Where's they put all them houses and they were like total idiots. Oh, that's down there by Kitty Hawk. Yeah.
Yeah. The Outer Banks.
They can't even get flood insurance on the Outer Banks anymore.
No, and they're shocked.
Why can't we get insurance on a house that was built?
Why can't we get our insurance on our house that's literally built on a strip of beach that disappears every summer? We don't understand.
Solar can in a bad install arc and catch fire. Yeah, if I drink it straight, I'll end up in a bra. Oh, there you go, Cloud Checker.
I'm currently wearing it, so he can't have it. It's on my body.
Yeah, see,
which now I got to get a new one because I'm being impaled by my underwire. It's only
I love how they come by and they go, now look, I'm from blah 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 solar. We're not trying to sell you anything.
Then why are you here?
I know, right? But let me show you all this. And it's like, really, dude? You're selling right now. You're trying to sell, I should say.
I let the lady
It's
get through
hilarious.
her whole spiel after she complimented our lights and asked me how I was doing. Hey, Peanut, and how great of a day it was, and blah, blah, blah. I could have stopped her right then, but I just let her go through her whole shit. And I was like, I'm sorry, we rent. She's like, oh, okay. Have a nice day.
Yeah, right.
I've been telling my clients that, right? I'm like, look,
There you go,
don't be
Harry.
proud. And I know you're going to want to when they show up, but yeah, just remember this phrase: we rent.
Yeah,
And they'll be gone.
that's it. If you tell them you rent, it's the same thing everywhere you go. Like if you go in Sam's Club or Home Depot and they're trying to sell you siding or something, just say, "Hey, I rent." They will leave you straight up alone. If you
I
don't
really
want
want
to
to
be hassled.
complain to Costco
Same.
and Sam's Club though, guys. I'm tired of being accosted by fucking cell phone people when I'm just trying to shop.
I'm sure they
If
have
I
to pay a lot
wanted
of
a new
money.
cell phone plan, I'd go fucking get one. It's not something that I didn't know that I need until I was accosted at Sam's Club about switching to AT&T. Fuck off. No, I'm
Right.
good. Go away.
You know, they'll be like, some of our guests enjoy being able to
No, they don't.
blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they would say that, but they'd be lying.
Right.
What's up, Linda? Yeah,
Boots. I have to pee and make a drink, and you hopped up in my lap
they
again.
won the
Chucky
Atlanta
butt.
Blues Society Challenge to advance in the International in Memphis. The David Pimpin Group. Call!
Pippin, not pimpin'.
Oh, I said Pimpin. The David
Yeah.
Pimpin Group. He's the David Pimpin Group. I'm going to try to get there. What? Kramer isn't going to make it? Well, shit, we're not going then.
She said, I'm gonna try.
I'm just telling her. I know Angela's going to be there. They're taking Shane's
What are you
trailer.
growling at? All right, she's gone. I'm gonna go get a drink.
So if Angela's going to be there, then Tony's going to be there.
Well, hello there, cheesehead.
Cheesehead. Oh, John Q. Green Bay Packer fan. This is how much I keep track of football. I don't even know who's going to be in the Super Bowl. Do not know. Is it the Detroit Lions or something like that? Oh, so it is Detroit. Cool. Okay, well, good for them. Against who? Okay, so nobody knows who they're going against? Okay. That's about all I know. Oh, the Bills. So the Lions versus the Bills. Okay, gotcha. The stupid bowl. I maybe I go against the grain and I'm not the dude, I'm not. Oh, it's still in playoffs? Figures. I'm not I just don't do the sports thing, man. I played plenty of sports when I was younger. It's kind of like, okay, this is what I compare it to. And y'all can shame me if I'm wrong. But say with baseball, I enjoy playing baseball more than I like watching baseball. Same thing with paramotoring. I enjoy paramotoring way more than just watching paramotoring, like not being able to fly at all and watching somebody else do it. That would suck. What? Could have fooled you? No, I love watching it, don't get me wrong, but it's always better when you're doing it yourself. That's my point. It's better doing it yourself than watching it done by somebody else and wanting to be doing that. That's the way I see it. Well, don't do that. Your dog peed on the floor and I stepped in it. Damn Chihuahua's getting too old for her own good. I did order some better puppy pads. These are 5-layer puppy pads, so hopefully she's been getting better about hitting the puppy pad, but if there's no pad there, she'll just go wherever. Especially when it's cold outside. When it warms up, she tends to tell us, hey, I need to go out. But when it's cold, she's like, screw you, I'll go wherever I want to. And that's the way it goes. And I mean, she is a Chihuahua and her skin is very thin and very frail. Her little arms are like little chicken bones. So I'm sure she gets very cold, but it's not that bad outside. We're not like New York and all these other places across the country that are just covered in snow right now. That would be hilarious to watch her go out in the snow. Go for it! Poof! Just disappear in a snowbank. See, you can win great just playing up rolling coins, but if you try to do a heist, we get killed every time. I don't get it. We're supposed to go to it's basically like a party. For some reason they cancel they set it up for Super Bowl Sunday. So we're supposed to go bowling Super Bowl Sunday. Now, this will be before the game technically starts. So hopefully we'll all be done and gone back home by the time the game starts. But it is a company thing, kind of. So a lot of us are going. You're working the Super Bowl? Well, there you go, Tony. Free tickets for you. You just can't, you got to act like you're not watching the game. Mud Heist is cruel and spares no one. We got more snow today and got rear-ended last night. Oh, no, Dumb Long. No. Rear-ended like in your car? Damn. Nice, Tony. I like that. I watched a video today because I hooked up my Insta360 to see what footage I got of us going to the aquarium and figured out that, hey, it recorded at super speed, which I've done that before. We don't yet either, Scuba. I'm trying to figure out yet either on what, Jade, because I've done said so many things now I don't even know.
Stupid dog.
I'm sorry for the dog.
No, you're not.
Oh, Packer. Gotcha. What was I talking about before?
I don't know.
I must seriously be getting old. I am honestly losing my train of thought in the middle of thought. It's ridiculous. Oh, okay. I was talking about the footage from the Insta360 because it recorded fast. I went back and watched the video from where Bill H and wasn't Tony there, right? It was another. Was it Tony? Tony was there, right? When I went flying and Kyle said, "Let me show y'all a magic trick." That was hilarious. But I didn't have the worst landing in the world, but it wasn't the best one either. I did kind of balloon just a little bit. But that footage came out great. It was the other footage that I just filmed at the aquarium that just sucked. Now, I didn't check. I did record on the Osmo Pocket also, so I know this footage is going to be right because you can't really, I don't even think you can record height. Well, yeah, you can, but that one's set. I don't know how the Insta360 got set to high speed mode, but I got it fixed now. So it should stay there unless I click the wrong button.
It says to hold it for 3 seconds. It's not working.
Are you holding the power button?
Yes.
Is it plugged in?
No.
There you go.
Well, wait. It should be.
It's not plugged in.
You plugged it in, didn't you?
No, the power cord it goes in the side right there. round plug. I think the cord's just hanging. I charged it one time, but you used it since then. If you didn't plug it back in, then no, it's not plugged in. That's going to run for like 3 minutes. You know that, right?
I don't care.
Okay. Yeah, this salted caramel is actually pretty good. There's a few flavors that we are digging from the liquor store.
Irritated.
Even though we
Tired
haven't
of cleaning
been.
up dog piss.
Round plug, square hole. There you go. Yeah, they were asking me at work, hey, you still do certificates of satisfaction and demand letters and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, I'm already opening files and answering the phone and doing all this other stuff. Y'all want me to do that on top of it? I was like, we got another guy that just started working here that really don't have anything to do. Give him something to do. Damn. What's up, Timmy? Timmy. That dude tripped me out. And I know that's got nothing to do with Timmy, but
It does. That's
well,
why
I
he
know,
does
but
it.
the paramotor dude that goes Timmy.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. This coin thing is hard to follow. Angela, it is not hard to follow. You know what's easy to follow? A line, John Q. Usually. The mighty Green Bay Packers. You know, I used to love watching the Super Bowl just for the commercials, but the last few years it has fallen off, in my opinion, compared to what it used to be. I remember when it was the whole Bud versus Bud Light commercials and all that. Those were cool, and the Doritos commercials and
I
stuff.
only changed once.
Now it's like,
itchy.
She may have a few dress rehearsals, Tony. I mean, you know, she may change clothes again.
I changed once because my sweater was itchy. I had to go wash my foot off because I stepped in cold
The
dog
stupid
piss.
bowl. Yeah, Harry, I got to agree. The stupid bowl. I mean, it's just, I got better things to do. I know a lot of guys are into sports and they really get behind their team, and more power to them. I'm just not one of them dudes. Just never was. I don't watch basketball, hockey, any of that stuff. I'd rather watch like
I do want to take you to a Richmond race.
BMX racing or something. I'd rather watch something like that than even car. I like car races. If I go there in person, watching it on TV, I mean, you watch it on TV to see if they're gonna wreck? Because otherwise, it's a boring going in circles thing.
It's the same as when you go in person. I mean,
Yeah, but in person, it's loud and it's exciting, and you get
I
to
do want to
smell
take you to Richmond.
all that race fuel. I do not remember that commercial, Scott, but I believe
You know,
you.
Dom Long, I think that, and then I see some of them get hit, and I'd be like, you know what?
It was Will.
No, I'm good.
So it wasn't Tony. So it wasn't Tony that went with me. He wasn't there when I went flying with Kyle. I know it was Bill H. I just can't ever remember the other guy's name. That he always goes, yeah, I was there, and I keep going, damn, can't ever remember your name, dude. But he's usually in some
That's not what he was talking about, but sure.
I always forget the name. But there was quite a few people there. And that was my second flight ever. I mean, literally my second flight. Not me. Okay. Gotcha, Tony. I forget who it was, but there's another John there. He's the one that does True North Paramotor. True North Paramotor. That's it. John Wayne, bingo. Travis DuPont. That's the other guy that was there. Thank you, John. You nailed it, bud. Your memory's better than mine. John Hudson is the guy from True North Paramotors. Yeah. He, I I was this close to buying one of his paramotors. If I wouldn't have got such a good deal with One Up Adventures, I would have bought a True North paramotor, honestly. They were giving me a deal. They gave me $500 off my wing. I knew it was brand new equipment. It was ready to ship, and it was a factory R. I kind of had to go that route. So there's nothing against True North whatsoever, because he makes some really nice paramotors. I was ready to get some equipment, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, John Wayne, McFly, I will say this, and I have a Flight Products Rider paramotor, right, with a factory R, big cage, big prop, 140 prop on a 150 cage. Now, when I trained with Kyle O'Glee, it was an Atom 80 motor, so it was a much lighter motor. But I will say that I was way more comfortable in the McFly than I am with the one that I have now. I just felt more secure in the seat than I do on the Fly Products Rider. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the way the swing arms are on the side, or the way the seat hugs around you. I felt so much more secure on the McFly. So honestly, if I was to get another one, I'd probably get a McFly, just because I really liked the way it felt when I was flying. I just felt like I could do anything, which is scary, because then you'll go, hey, I can do acrobatics, and just start doing stuff, because I felt really secure in that thing. So I like the McFly. $1,500 of stuff for $150. Well, Tim, do you now own that $1,500 worth of stuff? I'm just saying.
Yeah, did you buy it? What'd you get?
You beat yours like a dog and they keep on flying. There you go. Not till Sunday. Well, Tim, hey, congrats, man. That's a hell of a deal right there. $150 to get that much stuff. I got a deal like that from Jazzy. I'm just saying. Because Jazzy decided to pretty much go straight to pods and vape nothing else. But I enjoy vaping pods, but my bread and butter's with all these mods that I can build on. Rebuild, especially, without having
Pods
to
have
worry.
their place, but it's not what I prefer.
Right.
Especially considering 98% of them are all fucking culotta.
Pods are great, especially if you want to, if you're going somewhere where you might lose your mod, whether it be flying like I do, or skateboarding, or anything where you might lose your mod, then take a freaking disposable, man. If you lose this, you're out.
Or if you're running to the grocery store real quick or something.
$20 maybe, if you're paying top dollar for these. So yeah, I would carry a pod around for something like that for sure. And I get it. You're not a pod person. I totally get it. But I think it's a good backup, because they're hassle free. As long as they're charged, you just puff it. No adding juice, no nothing, done. And I saw today, I got an email from Vapor DNA.
Yeah.
And it's weird, because they sent me an email because they are selling the Yeehee SX Pure Max. So I went to the website to see what they had and the colors available. All of them show sold out. All of them. I'm like,
maybe they don't have them yet.
Either they don't have them yet, or they sent me the email way after they put them up and they're already sold out, which is stupid. And they don't have a link to buy the pods for them. And I was like, well, you know, because I know our coworker wanted to be able to buy some more pods, and they don't have a link for that.
Maybe they don't have them yet.
How many flights am I at now? Flamingo Jade says. I can tell you, it's not that many, Jade, believe it or not. Did I just shut our cameras off? I think I
No.
did. Hold on a second.
Mm.
I did. All right. I have it on my log right here. Where's my flight log at? I think 12 or 13 flights. It's not a lot because I have to go when I'm allowed to go.
Don't say it like that. Like I'm
Not
forbidding you.
that you're doing it. It's
Yeah, but that's what people are gonna hear.
Where is my damn flight log? Oh, there it is. Duh. I have everything written down. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 flights in. So my first flight, May 4th, 2022. Then I put first real flight, May 5th, 2022. My second
You
flight,
went longer than 10 feet.
at that fly-in with Kylo was the 7th of May, 2022. Then that was all my training. I was done. Then after I bought my equipment, got my own wing, own paramotor, I went to a fly-in, which was Soar the Shore on the eastern shore of Virginia on the 22nd of September, 2022, which would have been my third flight ever, which it was, and I flew a long time. So that was that. That was all for 2022. I didn't touch anything until 2023. My fourth flight, believe it or not, was when I did the touch and goes over at Messick Point. And my fifth flight, because I did stop completely and then take off again. So that's my fourth and fifth flight. Then my sixth flight was Spring Wing on the eastern shore.
All right, y'all behave. Knock it off.
And then the next flight was 2 days after that on the 20th of May, where I broke a prop because I tried to take off on wet grass and slipped and fell. And then I got another prop and went and flew Kitty Hawk Beach, July 8th, 2023. Then on the 22nd of July, we went and flew over Enview. That's when I went and flew with John. And then the 13th of September, Soar the Shore. So I flew solo. Then on the 17th of September, I flew right here by the house. And then my last flight was my first trike flight, which 10/28, 2023, which was in Charles City, Virginia. That was my first trike flight. And that's it. So that's the whole ball of wax right there. Let me get all these pulled back up where I can see what I'm doing now. You got 500 hours. Yeah, I literally have 11 hours flight time, I think, John Wayne. That's it. Which is great
And
for the
most
motor.
of that was probably a Kitty Hawk.
It was a lot. When I flew Kitty Hawk, we flew until I was all the way out of gas. I filled that thing all the way up. And
Eric said he asked how
flew.
many hours, not your life biography.
Well, that was she that asked, because that was Flamingo Jade. That
Oh.
would be a she. So yeah, I'm
When
only
he is flying, what do I do? Sit there
Munchkin
on the ground
suffers.
with my phone in my hand, and when he flies over me, I'm like, there he is. And then I go back to scrolling on TikTok or Reddit.
How many of those 11 hours did Munchie watch? Well, she did go to the Kitty Hawk Beach one, and
Ride like a fucking
she stayed on the beach in
churro.
the July sun while I flew for a couple of hours. So that was the longest time she watched. She did come with me when I did those touch and goes, which was my third flight technically. I think.
I've
Third or
been there
fourth.
for okay, the only time I didn't go with him when he flew is when he went to the Eastern Shore and nobody else showed up and he flew by himself, which I did not.
She
Like-
didn't go when I flew around the neighborhood either, but
I was out back
she
with
did
the
go outside.
walkie-talkie in my hand and entertaining
Yeah.
the neighbors while you were watching. Exactly, John Q. Right?
if
No
I give her a
wifely
ring, she
duties
has to
without a
watch.
fucking ring. Mhm.
No, if I give her a ring, then she's like, screw that. I got a ring on now. I can do whatever I want to. That's the way that
I mean,
works.
I can do that now. So I'm just saying.
I can do that now. Hey, Breeze. So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I was out there. I watched when you went out there flying. I went out there.
Yeah, and I don't want her to feel like she has to come watch. The main reason
I do, because what happens if you go down? I can't rely on any of these yahoos here to go, did that guy crash? Let me go. No, it just, no. You cannot fly by yourself.
it is very nice to fly over there, Frankenmeiser, because number one, you have the Wright brothers memorial right there where the first flight took place, and you have the whole Kitty Hawk Beach right there, which is miles and miles of just straight beach, which is where I lost that mod on the beach while I was flying, or in the water, one of the two.
I help him set out his wing.
She has actually kited the wing, Tony. It yanked her up in the air, but she did it.
I've never gotten up off my ass so fast in my entire life.
She got to see what it feels like when that wing catches air and yanks you up into, yeah, it will definitely pick you up.
Good thing I don't take orders from anybody, John Q.
Why paramotors? Isn't one enough? Ooh.
Yep. Yes, it is, Yardbird.
One
Yes.
is usually enough. Now, there are a few pilots that have more than one. Having more than one glider is a good idea, though, because different gliders do different things. The motors are all the same. Basically, they push you. That's all they do. So, having multiple motors isn't really a thing, unless you want to save gas. Like, the Atom 80 does not use as much gas as a Moster 185.
No, but that can't lift your big ass up off the ground either.
It can. It just takes a lot longer to lift me off the ground. But it's way better on gas. Way better on gas. Not even comparison. So, I mean, you get power with the bigger motor, but you also go through more gas. But it's not like enough to make you mad. Like, oh, I can fly 4 hours on the Atom 80, but I can only fly 20 minutes with it. No, it's not like that. I can still fly every bit of 2.5, maybe 3 hours on the tank that I have now. So that's usually by that time you're probably tired anyway, or your arms are tired from turning. Unless it's not that bad of conditions. Now, if it's a bad conditions, you have to correct, right? If it's not, you can just hang up your brakes and just, weight shift, which is great. But Jade, I live to be safe. Trust me. You know it.
Did I big ass Scuba? I mean, he doesn't really have a big ass.
Did you big ass Scuba? What? Did you big ass? What are you talking about, Walter? Did you big ass Scuba?
I'm guessing he asked, did I just say you had a big ass? Technically, no. He's got a little tiny ass. But Scuba is not a small man. So, an Atom 80, he's got to run a lot. It's not enough power to pick him up.
It takes a while. It takes a while to get up in the air with the Atom 80, but it has a very smooth power band. I did enjoy flying with it. It's lighter on your back. There's benefits to going with the smaller motor. If you're a lighter person, if
you had an Atom 80 and we're down at we lived at Kitty Hawk, the wind would be enough to give you that extra oomph that you need. But if you have to run, no.
I would say if you're under 175 pounds, an Atom 80 would be a perfect paramotor for you. If you're over that, you probably want the 185. Just as a safety standpoint, just so that if you got into trouble, which technically, if you're being a good pilot, you would avoid that so that you don't have to make a quick second
Tony,
decision.
For me, more than it should be. That's all I'm going to
But
tell you.
I see some trees coming, and I think I can romp the gas, and I'm well above the trees before I even
Tony
get
wants
close.
to know how much you weigh.
Well, when I'm on my diet, Tony, about 215.
Now.
Right now, I don't know. I haven't weighed myself. I'm guessing I'm 245 right now. I think I'm about 245. So 6'2". Well, I was 6'2". Now I think I'm 6'1 and a half. I think I lost half an inch.
I don't think so.
Well,
You're still fucking tall.
I'm still
He's still
tall, but
He's still a foot taller than me, and apparently I'm a little bit shorter than I thought I was, so.
same frame as you. Okay, well there you go, Tony.
Told you 270.
I'm not
Nah,
270.
I would say 250 at the max, John Q.
Yeah, I don't get heavier than 250. No matter how much junk food I eat, I've never gotten over that. And if I go higher than that, then I'm really in trouble. So I don't want to do that.
Yeah, we really need to clean all of this house out of all the junk food.
Yes, we need to get back on the diet. We're way past. We were going to start back on the diet beginning of January. We're on the 20th tomorrow, so we're well into it. Oh, you were 6'3" and now you're 6'1"? Well, there you go, Scott. See, that's what I'm saying. I lost some height. Now, granted, I've been banged on the head.
See, that's how fat I am. I read Linda's comment and I read fried chicken, not fresh chicken eggs.
You saw food.
He brought over some fried chicken. I'm like, damn, that's a nice guy bringing over fried chicken.
He brought over some fried chicken. Yeah, I've been hit on the head straight down a few times, and it feels like I got shorter because it really cracked and made my neck sore.
You were not a cartoon character.
I know, but it felt like I got
turn into an accordion and walk away going wee wee wee.
Yeah, I did that. I was
that way. The little blue birds fly around your head tweeting at you.
Not to mention banging my head on that freaking board up under the basement. That hurts.
Well, I'm surprised you haven't given yourself a permanent concussion. He's down in the basement, right? And all I hear is thud. A few minutes later, thud. Fuck! Can you stop knocking yourself out? I'm going to make you wear a helmet.
I run into that thing all the time. There's
now,
a
me,
giant
I can
joist.
walk through the door without even ducking. I don't have to...
Yes, you don't have to duck, but if I don't duck, I get knocked the hell out.
That holds our house up. Don't knock that loose.
I don't think I can knock it loose. I try to duck it, but sometimes I forget and I run right into that thing, and
yes,
man, does
I know.
it hurt.
I can hear it.
Food prices are insane, John Q. I'll agree with you there.
You know, I've noticed some things down, like eggs are kind of back to normal price again. Milk never got insane. But like cereal, the people that make cereal have lost their fucking minds. Now, when I buy cereal, same with soda. The soda is another thing that just went stupid. I will only buy what's on sale. If I can get like three 12 packs for $11, I'll buy that, or buy one get one free. But like cereal, I'm not paying $7 for a box of cereal.
I got a helmet.
But you know, that kind of shit is stuff we don't need to be fucking.
You know what
anyway.
the cheapest place to eat right now is?
Chick-fil-A?
No. Sam's Club or Costco.
Oh well, yeah. I know, right, John Q? That's why I don't buy it.
You can go to Sam's or Costco. And
I haven't seen it $12 here. The typical prices at Food Line here for soda is $8 for a 12-pack. It's $7.99. Butter has always been expensive, but like the cheese here, I buy the generic cheese, so I get the 2 for $5 for the shredded bag. But, well, I mean, I only buy it if it's buy one, get one free. So I'll either pay $8 for 2 12-packs, or I can get 3 for $11 when it's a really good sale.
Tony, you're so bad.
If the Pepsi products aren't on sale, then I'll get Coke. I buy whatever's on sale.
Oh, says Angela's got a most wanted picture at the Walmart. Walmart is great prices. I just don't use their prices. I take what I need.
It depends. There's some of the stuff at Walmart that's not any cheaper. And I mean, Dollar General, some of that stuff is more expensive, but like you can go get a big box of cereal for $4 at Dollar General. The toilet paper at Dollar General is comparable, but laundry detergent is cheaper there than it is at Food Lion. Yeah, I mean, fucking a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper at Dollar General. I used to stop on my way home from work because there was no grocery store. There was a Dollar General.
You're paid to bag for yourself?
It was like $4.99 for a 12-pack.
Since when, Angela? When do we get a discount for using self-checkout?
We should.
I think we should too. If we're going to do their damn job, we should get a discount.
At the same time, I don't like people. So if I can check out by myself and not have to make small talk with the cashier, then I'm down for it.
Yeah.
They should put an observation deck in Walmart. Walmart.
Because she's stealing, just saying. I put a $400 item in my bag. I just take the barcode from a $2 item and stick on the box and scan that.
Angela says you don't use the self-checkouts the way I use the self-checkout.
Oh, I got you.
I understand that when everything was shut down because of COVID, supply chain issues raised prices, like eggs. But it's fucking corporate greed is why they haven't fucking come back down. There's no supply chain issues. They just realized people are still buying this shit at the inflated prices, so why are we going to lower them again if we don't have to?
Now, Angela brings up a good point.
So I'm not buying that stuff anymore.
She said, you don't use self-checkout the way I do, which I completely understand, but I got in enough trouble when I was young that I don't do stuff like that anymore. So now what I will do is if like something happens where it happened at Home Depot, when we go through and a cashier checks us out and forgets to scan the freaking $400 Christmas tree, then, oh well.
See, Scott, when we buy alcohol at self-checkout, right, basically all they don't even make eye contact with us. They just walk over, punch in their code, and leave, which makes me feel some kind of way.
Well, that was self-checkout. Never mind. The Home Depot, it was self-checkout, but...
Well, John Q, I'm pretty sure that Trump was the president when COVID hit and everything was shut down. So I don't know. Who did that? Just saying.
So,
but anyway, it's corporate greed where the prices have not come back down because people are still buying that shit. So why would they lower the prices? Why are we going to bring the price of cereal back down if people are still paying $6 for a box of fucking cereal?
The supply and demand, if people are willing to pay it, then they're going to charge that much for it. Right. Same way with what? The Stanley cups? That was ridiculous.
$45 for a cup.
That was ridiculous. It's like
$45 in the store. When I was looking on Amazon, just for shits and giggles, I was like, okay, how much can you find these on Amazon for? The same cup was like $90 for a fucking cup. And it's not even a good cup. It's
Stop
a plastic
sharing my
cup.
secrets.
See, John Q, Dollar General has Count Chocula, Blueberry, and Frankenberry for much cheaper than $6 a box. Amazingly enough, that's where I saw those cereals reappear for the first time, and it seems like they always have.
Yardbird, that is an excellent question. Honestly, you would think your legs would fall asleep, but it's just like you're basically sitting in a lawn chair. My legs aren't sitting still the entire time because a lot of times while you're flying, you're weight shifting, which requires you to usually cross your legs. Like I'll cross my right leg over my left if I want to turn left, because I lean and I move my leg over so that all the weight moves towards the left side of the paramotor to make me turn left. And then I'll do the same thing to make a right turn.
I mean, the key, Yardbird, is to
But-
remember to get out of your seat when you land instead
Yes.
of doing a fucking worm burner across the field like somebody I know did.
Yeah, I did that. I forgot to get out of my seat, which happens.
It's kind
But
of
yeah, you can your feet can or legs can fall asleep while you're flying. So when you come into land, it's important to get out of your
Damn,
seat
Walter.
early so that you can get some circulation back in your legs before you land. Otherwise, you'll be landing with basically legs that are asleep, and you'll probably just fall on your face.
I paid $2.94 a gallon here earlier, and then I looked up on Gas Buddy before I left work, and I thought the Citgo that it was $2.84 was up the road, so I went to Wawa, paid $2.94, and then passed the fucking Citgo, and I was like, God damn it! So I could have got it for 10 cents cheaper. It's still cheaper at Costco or Sam's Club. I just didn't feel like driving over there to get gas.
Yeah, and I mean the line at Costco or Sam's to get gas honestly isn't that bad.
But gas has always been more expensive over in Europe and Australia than it's been here.
And on the trike it's even easier because you don't have to run to take off. You don't have to run to land. You're literally landing on wheels. So if your feet do fall asleep, you're still good. As long as you can keep them up on the foot pegs and not on the ground to get run by on the back wheel, then you're okay. Which most trike, well, I know my trike has little straps that go under your feet that keep your feet from sliding off. And it also has that sticky tape on the bar that holds your shoes still so that it doesn't slide.
Angela, we're not going to do any better regardless of what we demand until the old guard of fucking 80-year-old lifer Congress people are fucking dead and gone.
Tony, okay.
And that's on both sides of the aisle. I'm in the middle. I don't care what side you're on. But yeah, it's fucking it's all these old fuddy-duddies that still think you can get an apartment for $200 a month and milk is $1 a fucking gallon. Those are the problems.
I don't like the retractor trike because the rear wheelbase is too narrow. It's really easy to flip that trike over. The Kanguk basic trike I have has a nice wide wheelbase. It's a lot harder to flip the trike over. And number two, the second reason I don't like the retractor trike is when you push that front wheel back in, like after you take off, if you forget to slide that wheel back out when you land, you're going to be hitting that bar on the ground, which is going to flip you forward and you're going to plant face first in the ground.
You also have to make sure you keep your feet straight when you land too, like somebody else didn't.
I had my foot crooked to the right because I was trying to turn right. I was like not wanting to hit my truck. That won't happen the next time, I guarantee it. I've only gotten to fly the trike one time.
But when you got
some
down to
slack.
the ground, you didn't straighten your feet back out. So when you landed,
Because
your
my
wheel was
mind
to the
was
right.
completely focused on that truck and not hitting it. I wasn't thinking about anything else.
right, Yardbird?
Paragliding talk was fun last night. Yeah.
Oh no, it didn't get cold enough here for any problems for the electric vehicles. I mean, they seem to be cool, but they're stupid fucking expensive. They're not gonna catch on until it's much. But car prices in general are fucking stupid. $40,000 for a truck? Are you out of your goddamn mind? I mean, yeah, fuck that noise.
It's a quarter the price of a house. I mean, you know,
Right?
Yeah.
Hi, Nina.
Hello, Nina. Yeah, it's gotten bad. The way prices go up, but yet pay stays the same is blowing my mind.
I mean, my boss likes his Tesla, even though he does forget to charge it occasionally, and will call me and
Occasionally,
be like, so...
that's like all the time.
Do I have any appointments today? I forgot to charge my car.
Yeah, you get an electric car, but forget to charge it, dude. That's like, hey, I'm running out of gas. Oh, we had a great time, Nina, for the holidays. Christmas and New Year's. Yeah, we had fun.
Well, I don't remember when they were $2,000, but yeah, I remember when they were stupid expensive.
I'm kind of impressed that her children, her son-in-law and her daughter, were both very appreciative of their gifts. We tried to do all we could. We got them gifts and their kids gifts, and they racked up
Holy
from
shit,
us.
Scott.
I think they racked up.
I think they did a good job. Yeah, I mean, they
Yeah, her
Katie still
daughter and her
messaged me about her
son-in-law both
watch.
got a smartwatch, and they still use that thing daily, all day.
Yes, she's always messaging me about things her watch is telling her.
Yeah. So
And those were $65 smartwatches, and they seem to be happy with them.
you know what? That $65 smartwatch probably lasts a lot longer than my iWatch does. That thing don't even make it through a full day of work
From the
before
reviews
it's dead.
I read, the only complaint people had was that you cannot reply to text messages on the watch. You can see them, but you can't reply. Other than that, they're like, it works perfectly fine. All of the other shit, the weight trackers and the yeah,
the one
and the
I
blood
have,
pressure
Tony,
and the sleep tracker and all that.
the one I have, Tony, is the Kangook Basic Trike. That's the one I have. It breaks down into basically a really small package. It's like 23 to 25 pounds total weight for just the trike, which is pretty darn light, honestly. Really nice flexible wheels for the rear axles, so when you land it gives, but it lets me mount my paramotor on top of it, which, I mean, they have a basic comfort trike, which if you step up to that version, then you have A-line assist, and you also have a whole separate seat and everything to get into. You wouldn't use the seat from your paramotor. You would take that off your harness and mount the paramotor to that trike. It costs more money, but then you get A assist and you get a frame and everything, kind of like the trike buggy. Then at that point, trike buggy looks nice too, though. I do like the way those look.
Yeah, Nina, my iWatch, he's got the newer version than I do, but mine is dead by lunchtime.
Yeah, I have the iWatch SE with cellular, so even if I don't have my phone, I can still answer my watch, which is weird, but I've done it a few times. I've never used it a lot, and I'm sure if I ever took a real phone call, the battery would die so fast. I'd be like, I gotta let you go. My watch is gonna die. I gotta go.
Mine can be fully charged and it'll be completely dead by lunchtime.
Yeah, they don't hold charge worth a damn. They need to fix that, man.
And for as much as they fucking cost, if they were $100, it'd be one thing. Or if, I don't know, you could replace the battery, it'd be, I mean,
I do like the fact, though, that the iWatch, I can use the Gaggle app that I use to fly with and open it on my watch, and it will tell me my altitude and everything on my watch, which is pretty cool. Other watches aren't going to do that. So,
see, I use my iPad occasionally, and then my daughter used it. That's got cellular, so she has that now. That's her only phone during the day. I want another one just because I want another one, but I can't justify the cost for something that I'd get just to have it, and then I mean, do I need it? No.
I like that when I had a rough landing on my paramotor, my watch popped up. It looks like you've suffered a great fall. Do I need to call emergency services? No, I fucked up.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Even with regular old school watches, right? When the battery that bitch went in my jewelry box, and that is where it stayed. I have literally never replaced a battery in a watch. I just go buy a new watch, which batteries are fucking cheap. But I've just never done it. I've never done it.
So, the Apple Watch 7 lasts 30 plus hours. See, they must have made a bit. The 7 and the SE
For
came out.
how long, King Cobra? How new is it?
Yeah, see, the 7 and the SE came out at about the same time. I was going to get the 7, but the SE was so much cheaper. And I didn't get just the Wi-Fi. I got the cellular version of the SE, so I got the more expensive one. But the battery lasted great for a couple months, and then it started dying faster and faster and now it's like, damn, man.
I don't even remember what version mine was, but it was great for about a year.
So Nina has the 7 and it doesn't last a day. There you go. You know what I think the problem with it is normally with those watches, like for me, I have a charger on my nightstand, so it charges my AirPods, it charges my watch and my phone all in one little unit. So I hang the watch on there, so it charges to 100%, but it constantly keeps charging it, and I think that's bad for the battery on it. But I'm not gonna take it off until I decide to wear it the next day. So it's like, am I hurting the battery or what? It shouldn't try to keep charging
if
if
it
it's
does,
full.
that's also a shitty design.
Yeah.
See, I got both versions of the AirPods, Nina, and I regret it because I don't use them because they won't stay in my ears.
Now, I will say this about the AirPods.
I can only get them to stay in on the right-hand side. Every time I bend over or move, the one on the left falls out. And I've got the smallest little things that they sell on there, and they just will not stay in my ears.
I have the AirPods Pro. I have Beats. I have almost every kind of AirPod type headphone you can think of. The ones that sound the best to me are the AirPods. Just saying.
It doesn't do any
They're
good
louder
if they sound great if they keep
and they're
falling out of
clearer.
your fucking ears.
Mine don't fall out, but
mine do.
I got normal size ears. So
You got big old ear holes. Your giant ear holes.
I got giant ear holes. But yeah,
No,
they sound
won't
better. I even got some knockoff brands. Now these, for the price, these are called LA Sunni or something, I think. Well, that's not going to show up on camera.
Well,
These actually sound really good. For as cheap as they were on Amazon, they sound really damn good. I was impressed. They're almost as good as the AirPods, but not quite. Why can't I open this? Oh. Look. You know how long this thing has been sitting? I'd say almost a year. And when I open it,
wait,
it's fully charged.
Is Bush the guy that got stuck in a tree? He's the squirrel
Butch
guy,
Fly,
right?
yes. We aren't buying it. He doesn't have internet.
Well, I mean, doesn't he live with Home Dude?
No. All right, let me give you the story on Butch
Tony.
Fly. Butch Fly did live with Sean, and he used Sean's internet when he got on to cast live and everything. Butch Fly has moved into his own place now, and apparently don't have internet yet. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take him to get internet. He should have had it by now. Maybe it's a money issue. I don't know, but at least that's what we've been told. I cannot verify that.
If you're trying to keep a roof over your head on one income, internet is not a high priority. That shit's expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, holes,
Our Verizon bill, okay, just for internet and basic cable is $142.
Wait. Yeah, we don't have just basic cable. We also have
cable.
We have 1 gig down, 1 gig up internet.
Either way, it's still $140 a month just for internet access and basic.
That's because we're past the promotional period. But yeah, it's very fast internet. I can't complain with the internet speed.
Right. So
really enjoy that.
My point being is, if someone is on a single income trying to keep a roof over their head, internet is probably going to be low on the totem pole. Yeah, see.
So his AirPods 2nd gen are not as loud as his other earbud. Really? These are now these aren't the new AirPods. These are the AirPod Pros, but
They
they're
haven't
not.
come out with a new one.
Yeah, they have. Well,
See, I don't think we
they
have.
came out with a
Xfinity
new
right
one
here
that uses USB-C. This is the normal Lightning plug. The new ones
okay.
have USB-C. That's about the only difference. What's up, Addie?
Hey, Addie.
And matter of fact, these are completely dead. See what I'm saying? I pulled these cheap generic ones that's been sitting at least a year and is still at full charge.
Those were probably sitting on my desk. When did you come in? Oh, wait, no.
These are completely dead. Completely dead. Damn AirPods. It's like
what are these? These are also dead. These
what
are
are
on my
these?
desk.
What are these?
Yeah, what are these?
Those
These
are
yours.
oh, I know what those are. Those are some cheap generic ones also.
Yes, I'm aware of that, but
These actually sound. These I gave Patrick a pair of these. He lost one, but
yeah.
they were really good as far as sound quality goes.
Hello,
LA
Dave.
LASUNEY. If y'all look these up, I don't know what they cost on Amazon now,
Is
but
that Sean?
LaShawnee.
Sean.
Let me see if they still have them, because I'm really impressed with the sound quality. I got them
Hello,
dirt
Ashley.
cheap.
John Q, and what's that 257? Now, because I remember when at the old house I had internet, I had phone because I needed a fax line for work, and I had the premium cable package with HD, and it was $291 a month, I think. Which
I don't
is
even see them on
fucking
Amazon.
ridiculous.
Yeah, they're not even on Amazon anymore. Maybe it was a fluke. Lasuni T21s. So let me try that. T21. Yeah, they're not even there anymore. Well, that bites. Okay, never mind. The ones I got, you can't even buy. I also have some bone
Yeah, because you know they're still gonna fucking bill us, Tony.
I have some bone conducting headphones, but these, you're not gonna like these unless you are one of those. Oh, you got the Nilla nuts? Ha ha! So, do you really like that, Kyle? Don't bullshit me now. I would like an honest opinion. Nilla nuts is, like I said, it's like one of my all-day vapes. You got it's not bad being real. You got Nilla nuts, and you also got Nilla please. Now it depends on which neighborhood you're from. You can say Nilla please, or you can say Nilla please. You know, whichever one you want to say. That's the other one. Nilla please is just basically Kyle gets it. Okay, I'll just making sure you got it.
Yardbird said he almost forgot to tell us that he almost had a psychic girlfriend last week, but she left before we met.
That's awesome, Yardbird.
Yeah, Nina, I miss just sitting on the couch and aimlessly, mindlessly flipping channels.
Nilla,
because I like to watch weird shit. I like the History Channel, or I like the Discovery Channel. I like sitcoms and stuff like that, but I like the weird, obscure shows that tell you about robots and extruders at 2 a.m. and I can't.
Don't ever say that again. Now, Nilla Please is just
Dateline, yes.
vanilla custard.
Or
just saying.
reruns
without
fucking
the hazelnut.
America's Most Wanted. Yeah. No, I can't get that anymore, and yeah,
I will tell you
we
this.
don't really watch TV. We watch YouTube or we play video games.
Just as an experiment, get you some Nilla Please. I'm sorry, get you some Nilla nuts.
Will wants to know if you're talking about the yeah.
No Okium T19. These are Lasuni LASUNEY T21. That's they had them like on a dirt special on Amazon, and it they sound really good. What was I talking about?
Chocolate tastes like lead
Oh,
pencils, Tony.
get you some
Chocolate
Nilla
is very
nuts.
hard to master.
Go through a drive-through and see if the person in the drive-through is a nice nice, Dave. If the person at the drive-through has any kind of sense of smell, they're going to ask you, do you have any vanilla cupcakes in the car?
Why you smell like cupcakes?
They
What kind of...
I get bugged all the time. They're like, "Oh my God, do you have some cupcakes? Where's the cupcake? I want a cupcake."
They all
Vanilla
think Scuba
cupcakes?
smells fantastic.
They love the smell of it. You know, there's some juices you
Yes.
can vape, especially juices that have honey or something like that really they taste good when you're vaping it, but when you exhale, bless you, smell really bad. Nilla nuts is not one of those. People like, your son asked that? I told you. I bullshit you not. Oh, I gotta see that, Dave. I gotta see it. See it.
What interactive flavors? And I left my juice at work. Damn it.
Mind reading. I don't have to mind read, man. I know the response that people give to Nilla nuts. I've been vaping it for freaking
It smells
a long
delicious.
time. So I get bugged all the time. I don't even have to be currently vaping. It like gets in your clothes and they smell you and they're like, "Oh my God, you smell like cupcakes. Do you have cupcakes? Where's the cupcakes?" And they smell like a really good vanilla cupcake, and they're all about that, man. I want some cupcakes.
I left my juice at work.
T-Mobile 5G. You know, that works really good, Kramer, especially if you're in a rural area and you can't get like fiber internet or something, which we're on fiber here, so it's really fast. I got no problem with the internet here. It's
Contrary
Verizon
to
Fios.
the buffering and your network isn't stable messages that.
That's because I'm running through a Mocha adapter. If I wasn't running a Mocha adapter, I wouldn't have one hiccup in my internet whatsoever. The Mocha adapter is not as fast as our router. Our router is fast. The Mocha adapter cuts the speed in half for some damn reason. I don't know why it's cutting it in half. You're supposed to use two Mocha adapters, right? You're supposed to have one at your router and one at your computer. But that router has a Mocha adapter built into it. Now, if my Mocha adapter is better than the one on the router, then it's going to slow the speed down, or vice versa. If that one's better than this one, it's going to slow the speed down.
Yes, Kyle.
So it drops it down. Yes, they have that too. Nilla, please. It's just a straight up vanilla custard. If you like that without the hazelnut and you just want a really straight up vanilla custard, there you go. Also have I don't even know what they
I usually do leave it in my purse, Nina, and then I take it out to refill my tank, and then I left
do
it
they
on
still
my
do
desk.
Peachtree Street?
They do all of them.
So Peachtree Street,
Try to say that 5 times
because I'm from Georgia and we have 8 gabillion Peachtree Streets in Georgia.
Kentucky bourbon custard's good too.
Kentucky bourbon custard's off the chain. That is not one of the flavors that Bill did, but Kentucky bourbon custard's a great flavor. I like that one. Peachtree Street is what's the best way to say it? It's like a
Sweet
strawberry peach,
Mm.
but it's a different type of peach, and it actually is really good.
It's a white peach. So
It
it's
is a white
crisp,
peach, yes.
It's not a candied peach. It's like a crisp, fresh peach with a hint of strawberry.
They got a list so long I couldn't even begin to tell you. So I would just go through and see what you can find. Ask them what their best flavors are. One of them, obviously, Pegasus Tears, Aries Ram, Nilla Nuts, which I think has outsold all of them. Yes.
There's a battle between Aries Ram and Nilla Nuts, but I think you won.
Nilla Nuts won. Nilla Nuts is the king. And this robot is about to get on my last nerve. Stay over there, Vector.
Well, I told you need to let me take him to work so he can cruise around on my desk. I got
Aries Ram.
It's
What is the profile of Aries Ram? What's the
it's
best way?
like a got a watermelon and blue slushy. Let me look.
Yeah, I think it is watermelon, blue slushy, something else.
I don't like fruit, so I'm not.
Yeah, Munchkin's not a fruit or melon type person, so
It's watermelon, strawberry, kiwi, raspberry, and vanilla.
yeah,
And
all that in
FYI,
one.
okay,
Aries Ram. Yep.
FYI as well. That's at Higgy's, Nina.
Yep.
FYI, any flavor that they have in liquid, you can also get
In concentrate.
coffee. No.
Oh, in coffee. Yes.
Coffee. So they have a cold brew coffee bean of Aries Ram. You can get vanilla nuts infused coffee bean.
Oh my God, that coffee is off the chain.
Infused coffee.
Get that coffee and then put it in a French press. Be the best coffee you've ever had. You don't even have to add sweetener to the coffee. I'm just saying. Because I've had it straight out the French press. It is damn delicious. I was like, damn.
So here is the link. And they also are starting to sell the Nixidine, which is the vitamin B infused without nicotine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't they have a whole nother website for the coffee though?
I think it's called Higgy Bean. Yeah, but you should be able to link it, mate, from there.
Yeah, they got a site for their coffee too, and they get like different versions of coffee. You may get Arabica or Colombian
Arabica.
or Arabica.
And David, all the beans are roasted by him.
Yeah, they roast them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the peach one is off the chain, Nina. It is really good. That's another one I really like.
Those things, I want to email the company and ask them if they make them plain, because those things are fucking delicious. I had to hide them from myself, but I'll have to say,
mocha?
All right, so the bite that I took was slightly smaller than the bite that you took, and it was perfect. I didn't get that anxiety feeling in my chest where my heart started to race. I was
That's
one
how big
bite
a
of that
bite.
and one alcoholic beverage, and I took
a bite that big, like the first joint on my pinky. That's how big a bite I had.
No, I don't mean plain by plain flavor. I mean plain.
An hour later, I could eat a whole zooming.
Case of those. That strawberry one was so fucking good. I love baklava. And I noticed on the wrapper it said it's made by Baklava LLC, and I'm like, well, fuck.
They have no right to taste that damn good.
No, they are so delicious.
They are too damn good.
When the grandkids came over, I'm like, girls, look, do you see these? Do not eat them. They have weed in them. And they're like, oh, okay. Because they would. Especially the younger grandchild would have just fucking gobbled them all up and been like, I'm high as fuck. So, yes, I had to warn her. Do not eat these. They're not for you. They have weed. And I put them away. But, yeah, they're delicious. I was actually telling my coworkers about them. I think I might have to buy some for them because they are really good. But it was perfectly mellow. I had myself one alcoholic beverage and just a bite of that, and I was good. Yeah, it was pleasant. I enjoyed it. And, you know, what they say serving size is one stick. I had one bite. So those are good for $10. Those are gonna last me a long fucking time. Yeah, just one fucking bite. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a lightweight, right? So I used to be wake and bake in high school. I was high all the time, from the time I got out of bed till the time I went to bed. But that was shit that tasted like Tide, you know, Mexican dirt weed that tastes like the laundry soap it was shipped in. All of this stuff they have now is way too much.
I am impressed and amazed.
Yeah, John Q, I'm not impressed with the packaging they have for that shit too, because that kind of stuff shouldn't look like anything that kids want to eat.
Yes.
I mean, at least weed, you can't really OD on that.
That
but
stuff is
still.
so well. Okay, for a lightweight, I don't know what it would do to somebody that smokes weed all the time, but
Probably
for
not
me,
much.
like I never touch the stuff, and for me to have that little of a bite and to mess me up that bad,
Shit, I'll take it,
I
Julie.
was like, damn.
Yeah.
It hit me hardcore, but it did not make me overly high. If you get what I'm saying, it was just a nice, smooth, mellow. Eat some
Well,
now.
I mean, it takes like 45 minutes to kick in.
Yeah, it
so
takes
that
a
would-
while to kick in.
At this point, it would be a waste.
And you literally would probably hear me on stream just being silent, like,
Yeah. You're just like, all right, I'm ready to go to bed. But
was,
yeah, and
where's the food? Because I would be eating everything in sight.
yeah, I
It
mean,
gives you
it
the
was,
munchies. I will get fat eating those things just because I gotta eat afterwards. Too much.
Yeah, what did I have after I had some Cheez-Its, and then I had a brownie, and then I was like, ooh, a bowl of cereal. Yeah. Ooh, you got an Xbox Series X? You're playing Ghostwire Tokyo. That sounds cool, Yardbird.
Oh my goodness.
I haven't played that one. You like your love pills. What are
Love-
love pills?
Love peels?
John Q, it is $10 for a pack of 2. And they have strawberry, vanilla, and peanut
If
butter.
you
I
do
think.
make an
Isn't that right,
order
Julie?
over at Higgy's, tell her you would like a Scuba's Hangout vape band. They will be happy to include it. It does say Scuba's Hangout on one side
And nuts and
and
cock.
Nuts and Cock on the other side. Now, the Nuts and Cock, let me explain that. The nuts
No.
is for
Hold
Nilla
that thought,
nuts. Nilla nuts because of the juice, okay? And cock is because we drink a liquor called Fighting Cock. It just goes. It works. I didn't make this up. It is what it
It's a thing.
is. Nilla nuts,
Right.
Fighting Cock.
Tony wants to know where I draw the line on drugs. I'm just going to say it's hard to answer because I don't really have a line. I don't think they should be illegal. If you want to do it, do it. That being said, my daughter, my son-in-law, my niece, and my nephew have both damn near had their lives completely destroyed by heroin. And luckily, my daughter and my son-in-law have recovered quite nicely and are doing well for themselves. And I'm very proud of them because they didn't hit complete rock bottom before they turned around, right? My niece, on the other hand, was lost a lot longer. She's back now. We'll see how long she keeps it up. Okay. We'll see. My nephew,
It is from
it's
what
really,
I hear.
it's really hard to tell with him because he also has MS. So it's really difficult to tell what are the symptoms of addiction versus the symptoms of his disease. But at the same time, I just think you do what you want to do.
See you,
right?
Linda.
It's up to you entirely. If you're not hurting anyone else, then it's nobody's business. I find it frightening that you just can't go get an 8-ball without having to worry about it being cut with something that'll fucking kill you. That's frightening to me. I don't know how you would. As long as they're illegal and underground, there's no way they're going to be able to safely control it.
Dave,
but
sometimes it takes.
You have to have personal responsibility. I mean, do drugs, do whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me. If you don't have the ability to say no, then that's not really anybody else's problem.
Sometimes you have to lose everything to start building back up again.
Yep.
It's yeah. That's why,
I mean, to me, that shouldn't be the government's decision to tell you what you can and cannot do to yourself. I mean, yeah, like sports. I think that's the steroids thing. That's ridiculous. If you want to do that, knock yourself out. You're only damaging yourself. You know, where you start hurting other people, that's when the government, the police, and all that can step in. But being a junkie should not be illegal if that's what you want to fucking do.
Yeah. You know, it's like Munchkin was saying. She used to be high all the time in high school.
Good night, Linda.
I was the same way around that period of my life. But, you know, I had that one bad experience where I, you know, had the nail go through my foot. And then I thought, oh, I'll just smoke a joint and I'll feel fine, which made me be able to feel the heartbeat in my foot. And after that, I never touched the stuff again.
Exactly,
So,
Walter.
I became a really lightweight. Now I can't even hit something without getting really high. So take my experience from those crispy blunts with a grain of salt, because I'm a lightweight. It's like somebody that's never touched it before trying it, because that's the way it was for me. It's like, whoa, this is strong. This is strong.
My tolerance has gone way down. But like, I mean, I've never done heroin. I've never done crack. I've never done ecstasy. I mean, I did legit
anxiety attacks.
Let's see. Cocaine, marijuana, LSD, and mushrooms are pretty much the extent of my, well, I mean, aside from, you know, Percocet and Vicodin, I don't necessarily consider those,
you know, Mike brings up a point.
Drugs, even though that does what lead to a lot of fucking heroin addiction is opioids.
Mike says people, places, and things are triggers. You know, it brings up a good point, because I know when I first quit smoking and started vaping, that was my test to myself. Because when I'm drinking, I would smoke a lot.
Hey, Dave.
So when I switched over to vaping, I had been vaping for a couple days. I said, okay, tonight I'm going to drink some. If I can drink and not smoke a cigarette, then I have this thing beat. And by God, I didn't smoke a single cigarette. I vaped and drank, and I've been that way ever sinse. Not had to have a cigarette ever.
What's really weird is I used to be wake and bake, right? All the time. High all the time. Used to smoke pot all the time. Until I started doing cocaine. Now, I know people that will go do a line and then go outside and smoke a bowl. Can't do that. Never been able to do that. That is when I quit one for the other, and I can't. It has a different effect on me now that it didn't used to, and I don't like the way it makes me feel, and it gives me that anxiety, that tightness in my chest, and yeah, see, with the anxiety attacks, I feel like I'm having a heart attack. And I don't like that. So just the one bite of that crispy thing, it did not give me that feeling. Now, maybe another bite may have pushed me over that edge to where I wasn't comfortable anymore, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, it would not be any good if you like, if somebody that didn't know took and ate like one whole stick of that, they would be like, I'm never touching that again. That's why if you ever did get one of those, I would highly recommend, if you just decide, hey, I want to try it, try a little bitty piece. Not even maybe an inch long.
See, I was about 16, Dave.
That's all you need. Trust me.
Yeah.
Anybody, I don't feel anything. Wait an hour.
There is such a thing as too
and
high.
then see. And then see if you still say, oh, I don't feel anything, because I guarantee you're going to say, oh, never mind, I feel it now. I really feel it now. That's pretty much the way it went. So it's like, wow.
Yeah, that was about the size of the bite, Julie, was, you know, from the knuckle up.
Don't eat in paramotor. I would never do that. You know, I know a lot of guys that fly, and there are some that will drink and still fly. If that is not the stupidest decision I've ever seen in my life, I don't know what is. Why would you? It's bad enough to drink and drive.
Been there, Scott.
Why the hell would you drink and fly? Your
because they feel
life.
like they've got more control and the cops aren't looking out for them. Just because the cops don't see you do it doesn't mean it's
So
a good
now
idea.
you're not only endangering yourself, you're endangering everybody else. They don't even have to be on the road. You may fly into the side of their house for all who knows.
See, Dave said his father introduced. The only thing my dad introduced me to alcohol. So he used to have his friends over and would ask me and my sister to go pour us beers. So we're like, 6 and pouring a beer. And oh, well, look, we didn't know how to pour beer. There's more left in the can, so we drink it. I was a drinker up until I was about 16 before I was introduced to pot. And I didn't want to have anything to do with it because I drank alcohol. And then that kind of flip-flopped, and then I went to the weed. But now that I've gotten older, all of that shit, I mean, should I remember my sister coming home? She was probably 15, 16, so I was like 9, 10, and she'd come in. I don't know if y'all remember when they used to sell 3-liter of the Sun Country wine coolers. She'd sneak in the house with one of those, and we'd lay inside our bedroom doors. So if mom and dad looked down the hallway, they couldn't see anything. And we would just pass the bottle back and forth and drink a whole 3-liter wine cooler. And I was like 10. See, I've never tried any of that, but I've heard those types of things.
Now, this is the way I do it, especially if we're at a fly-in or something. What we'll do, or what I will do, is I'll fly in the morning, and then we have to wait through the afternoon because you can't really fly midday because of the thermals. And then I'll fly again at sunset until we can't fly anymore. When I know I'm at the point where, hey, I can't fly anymore, it's dark outside, that's when I'll drink. Other than that, I'm not drinking and flying. That's so stupid. So stupid. It takes one small mistake and you're dead. Why would you risk that? No. I think all the fly-ins should have, hey, if you touch any type of alcohol at all, you're banned from flying. It should just be that way. At least, for the day until all that stuff is gone out of your system completely. Because you're endangering yourself and everybody else around you.
Yeah, but who's going to enforce that?
That's the problem. How do you enforce that? How do you watch what everybody does at the fly-in? A lot of it's just common sense. How do they regulate it? They have a meeting at the beginning of the fly-in and they tell you what you are and are not allowed to do. But there's a lot of people that ruin the sport and they don't follow the rules. And I think those people should be asked to leave and not come back. There's people that
to pull that toilet up
intentionally fly way too close to other pilots or wingtip the other pilot without their knowledge. And that should also be cause to ask to leave the fly-in and never return. Because why would... We've already this happened last year and somebody decided to wing bump somebody that was a new pilot. It scared them half to death. I mean, that's not something you're ready to do. Any bozo can fly? Thanks, John Q. I appreciate that.
Try that, Yardbird. Ghostwire Tokyo.
No, any bozo cannot fly, even though John Q says so.
I mean, okay.
It does take training, like I said. Training first, number one paramount.
Is the part that needs practice. Yeah. No, you don't.
No, you do not have to have a license, but
as
like
of
I said, paramotor. Yeah, you've seen me land. Well, then you know how bad I suck at landing.
Well, you missed the best one where he pretended to be a sea turtle.
I tried to be a sea turtle.
Burrow into the beach.
It's always something, though, when I'm landing. Well, except for the touch and goes I did, which I do have a couple of good landings from my touch and goes. But most of the time, like I landed one time at Enview when I thought John got hurt. So I tried to rush my landing. That was a bad landing. It was. I didn't get hurt, but it was a bad landing. But, I mean, if you can walk from it or walk away from it, then everybody considers that a good landing. But I want to land on my feet, so...
Right.
That's coming. Next time I go to fly, you'll see it's going to be like butter.
Yeah,
hoping.
there is no license, John Q, and there are a lot of bozos out there that watch YouTube videos and buy their shit and think, yeah, I can do this. And just like in the vaping industry with people doing dumb shit like, blowing their batteries up in their pocket and then telling the fucking news about it. You got idiots that want to go fly with no training and they fuck themselves up and they end up on the news and give everybody a bad name.
He says, you land good, I just hear the grunts. Hell, I grunt bringing my wing up. Because
he grunts getting out of his recliner.
I grunt on everything. So
you should have heard us last night when we got home from eating wings. Good Lord.
We grunted and grunted, just from being full from eating. So yeah, the grunts mean nothing really.
Yeah. There was a lot of grunting going on, just trying to get into my fat girl pants and sitting on the couch. There was all kinds of noise.
There are a lot of paramotor schools, believe it or not. You just have to know where to search and where to look. There's a lot.
And people don't want to pay for it because they're like, well, they watch YouTube and go, well, I can do that. And you don't know what you don't know.
Don't go to the damn free training bullshit. I'm telling you that right now. Warning, warning, danger, danger. Do not go to the one that claims to have free training, because by the time you pay for the equipment that he will make you buy, you will be paying the same amount that you could to buy a paramotor, a wing, and training for.
Tony, I don't even think Will's in here anymore. And I mean, I don't know if you should feel flattered that he's sharing that with you, Tony.
What?
I'm just saying. Apparently, Will's turned on for some reason. What have you and Will been talking about, Tony?
Will, what did Will say? I didn't even see Will say anything.
I don't even think Will's here anymore. But Tony says Will just said he's way turned on now. So what have y'all been talking about?
Wait, what?
Did I show my pointy elbows? Will's like, wait, what's going on? What did I miss?
Will's probably watching some Super Bowl commercial somewhere. He ain't paying attention to this.
Well, especially when you're flying around in the sky over other people. Yeah.
Well, what we try to do...
there's really not really a way to... Here's the problem, John Q. Okay? Same thing with parts of the job that I do. There is no regulatory body that wants to take on the responsibility of being the one to regulate that. So, like being a title examiner, there is no licensing. There is no requirements. All you have to do is pay for insurance.
Hey, Sharon. The FAA has no problem on taking over that responsibility.
There's no testing. Yeah, but they haven't done it yet. So obviously there is a problem.
They haven't done it yet
getting you guys licensed.
They're trying to keep the sport unregulated to give us more freedom. There's enough regulation.
The FDA is not concerned about that.
I'm telling you.
The FAA, they're not concerned about that. They're not. We want to give these guys freedom. There is something behind the scenes that's causing them to not have done it yet, and it's not because they like you guys and want you to be able to do whatever you want to do. Government doesn't work that way. You know it. Because they haven't figured out how, who's going to pay for it, how it's going to work, and whose responsibility it's going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they have the money part figured out already. They're just going to make you pay $500 for a license, which you can only get by going through training by an accredited trainer, and you're also the trainer's going to have to spend money to be accredited.
If they figure out a way to make us get a license and they give us a test, that test is going to be ridiculously easy. I'm telling you right now. I mean, just like the test for the ham radios and stuff like that, all those tests are really easy.
Would you all feel better? Would you feel safer going to fly-ins if you knew that everybody that was flying there had been through training and had gotten their license?
Well, you kind of judge it by before you even fly. If you tell,
I mean, because we got to get a license to drive a car, right? We know how many
big fly-ins
are out there doing
you're not going to be able to do that. Big fly-ins, there's way too many people. You're not going to know. But small fly-ins,
I
you
mean,
can
there
talk
there
to
is a
them
way to do that.
before.
The big fly-ins are the ones where they have air marshals.
Yeah, they have air marshals, but I mean, that doesn't
So they
control
can
you
walk
when
up
you're
to
in the air.
anybody. Yeah, but to get in the air, if you're going to take off from that field where everybody is, it wouldn't be that difficult to walk up to everybody and go, show me your license or you're not flying.
Show me your license. How far do you fly distance-wise? That depends a lot on the weather, believe it or not. If I'm flying with the wind, I can haul ass. No, I mean, say the wind is blowing maybe 6 to 8 miles an hour on the ground, but at 300 feet, the wind may be 24 miles an hour. Okay, just go with me here. So say the wind up at 300 feet is 24 miles an hour. So if I go up and I fly with that wind that's doing 24 plus the speed that my paramotor already produces, which is between 20 to 25 miles an hour.
Wally, they have self-appointed
You
air
add those
marshals that
together.
some of
So
them
I would
fly.
be doing 45 to 50 miles an hour in that direction. Now, the bad part is if I turn around and come into the wind, so say that wind's 24 miles an hour and my paramotor's doing 24 going the opposite direction, basically what that means is I would be parked in the air. I would not be going forward. I would not be going backwards.
Well, you might be going backwards.
I would be sitting still. If the wind's blowing harder than you're going forward, yeah, you'll go backwards.
Wally, the air
really
marshals I'm
dangerous.
talking about are basically, they're just on the field making
Hey, Willie.
sure that people aren't taking off in front of other people that are trying to land, and they're basically air traffic controllers at the field.
Yes, that is correct, Kyle. If you do not judge the wind, you should know the weather before you even take off the ground. Especially like if you're flying the beach, which the beach is one of the best places to fly because there's a steady wind coming. Now, but sometimes...
Or, Tony, when you've got stupid people that are letting people parachute off your fucking paramotor.
Sometimes the
And then they
wind
run and
blows
hide when
from
they die.
land out to the ocean. If that happens, I would highly recommend not flying the beach because the wind can push you out to the ocean and
Well,
you
and
won't be
that's-
able to make it back.
You also
Then
have
you go
to be
down in the water.
cognizant of when you turn to come into land, the direction that you turn in, so you're landing correctly.
Yeah, when I fly the beach, the wind is usually coming off the ocean to the beach, and I fly crosswind. So I'm going this way, and the wind's coming this direction, which it'll fly
Where
just
were we at the
fine
other
that way.
day when you noticed that the wind was blowing out to sea? What were we doing? How did you notice that? I can't remember.
I
You
don't
just happened to look?
remember, but yeah, the wind was blowing. Yeah, oh, the waves were going the opposite direction.
Mhm.
We were crossing that bridge, and it freaking that's when the wind was nuts. Though we had what 50, 60 mile an hour wind, and it was all blowing the wrong direction. So the waves were actually going away from land, and it was scary looking. So yeah, don't fly in that. What you got in the tank right
Holy
now? What
shit.
is in the tank? Oh, I know what I got in the tank. I have this in the tank, which is the
That's just too
caramel vanilla bourbon. No, caramel vanilla bourbon custard cupcake. Is that what it's?
Bubbin.
I'm
I have got a combination of the banana peanut butter cheesecake and strawberry, considering the fact that I left my banana cheesecake at the office. So it's a combination. It's delicious. I fucking wouldn't have. That's fucking stupid cold.
King Cobra. Yeah, they're talking about that
67.
here also in the U.S., which I hope that we don't get regulated. But if it happens,
It's delicious.
I don't think it's going to stop me. Of course, I'm enjoying it. I wouldn't be vaping it if I didn't enjoy it. Shit. I don't vape stuff I don't like, man. Just saying.
No, that's when you put it on the shelf. But I'll save this for later. But no, the banana, I'm not getting a whole lot of banana flavor,
Ooh, I got to switch.
which I don't really mind too much because to me, a lot of banana overwhelming is too much for an all day. I maybe have 1 tank left of the banana. Maybe.
What do
I
I
left
use
it
with
in.
Nilla nuts? I only tried it in RDA. No. My favorite
Everything.
my favorite thing is RTAs because of the convenience. I do have, I don't know how many. I got RDAs run. I run this stack mod with RDA on top of it.
Yeah, it's very good.
I
like
have regular mods, but I love vaping RTAs because they're so convenient. You fill it with juice and you vape. So
Yeah,
I
I don't
usually
have-
vape RTAs.
I can't do dripping anymore.
I have this guy here, which is not showing up. There we go. This nice purple.
Yeah, and see, Dave,
Citadel.
that's a problem. You say it strengthens over time. It's almost gone. So, I mean,
Mine's not gone.
I
What
don't.
you talking
No,
about?
I'm talking about the banana cheesecake. I mean, it's almost gone. So, like, it may have strengthened. But
I got
with
plenty.
the-
I got
gone.
plenty left. That's why I'm like, do I?
No,
Can I
mine's almost
order
gone.
more juice when I still have a crap ton? I still haven't
Sure
even
you
touched
can.
the one off. It's still full because I got all this other stuff to vape still. I still got
you
all of
can.
this.
Why not?
I got all of this. I got juice. I got juice everywhere.
Hey, Yasmin. Yeah, and the
Haven't
Sevilla
touched
is
this
really
either.
pretty. But every time I get an unregulated mech mod, I use it and then I get disappointed because
43 right now,
Cannot-
Tony.
I cannot deal with battery drop. I just can't. And I'm a chain vapor. I can vape in my office, and I do. I vape all day long. I type with my right hand. My mod is usually in my left hand all day long at work. That's how I keep from killing people. My boss even mentioned one time, do you have to vape in the office? I said, would you prefer me to go outside and take a break every 20 minutes or so? And he's like, no, that's okay. I was like, look, if there's anything that I'm vaping that you think is weird, like honey, just let me know and I'll pick something else. Other than that, I don't vape in front of the clients. I'm respectable. I don't cloud out the office.
Thumbs
But I chain
up.
vape all day long. So a dripper would not. A dripper, especially on a mech, would never work for me.
17
would.
thumbs up, Tony. 40 people watching, 17 thumbs up.
Should I only see 4 now? All right,
Well,
maybe
I see the current.
Oh, okay. We forget
Yeah, the
about
one-offs are
comments.
great. The one-offs either I really like or I'm like, what the hell is this? So I haven't got to start vaping that yet. One of the one-offs you sent, Munchkin, I really
That sounds
liked.
good.
But then I'm like,
Yes,
well,
to
what
me,
is it?
that
And they're
tasted
like,
it tasted like a strawberry Twizzler.
yeah, it was weird, but it was good.
Yeah, those fucking wingsuit dudes are fucking out of their minds. Them squirrel guys with their little squirrel outfits where they jump out of planes, they're nuts. They're fucking nuts. Just
the wingsuit thing, no, I would
Yeah,
not do
insane.
that.
That
That's
is
scary. I
insanity.
mean, I know they have a parachute on as a backup, but you're literally flying like 10 feet off the ground.
I mean, have you seen one of the VR things that you had, right? Was you were on the back of one of them wingsuit guys, and they are way closer than any human being needs to be flying through the air at 90 miles per hour, like 10 feet above a fucking mountain. No, just no.
Flying a paramotor is very relaxing.
My
and
butt was clenching
absolutely.
just in VR.
Munchkin does
Fuck
not have
no.
any desire to fly.
Munchkin's feet do not leave the ground unless I'm climbing a tree. That is as much as my daredevilness goes. My sister and my mom tried to get me to go skiing, and I'm like, you know what?
She could.
Hurtling myself down a frozen mountain does not sound like my idea of enjoyment. I'll sit in the
Elizabeth,
clubhouse,
I fly.
whatever the fuck they call it, and
I fly a paramotor, which is
front of the
basically a
fireplace.
flying lawn chair. I have a
he straps a
gigantic.
big ass fan through on his back and eats himself through the sky.
There you go. I put a big fan on my back. I have a glider above my head, or a parachute, if you want to call it that. And then I take off running, and I hit the gas, and boom. So yeah, now Kyle, when you was talking about the can Munchkin fly with me? All right,
much.
legally, to fly with another person, you do have to
Tandem.
get a certification, which is a tandem certification, to be able to fly with another person. So legal, I mean, now there's people that probably do fly without that certification, and technically you're only supposed to do it if you're teaching the other person about paramotoring,
Yes,
not
the one
like
he
joy
has
rides, but
is capable.
it is.
Now the trike he
can do
has
it.
is not capable. That's not a tandem trike.
Yeah, it's just a single
But I'm
seater
gonna
truck.
say right now, as much as I love him and trust him, fuck no. I don't trust anybody enough to. No, I don't even like it when he drives. Okay, I drive. I drive. I drive.
See,
I don't.
she wouldn't even let me take her. She wouldn't even let me take her flying.
I'm a tad bit of a control.
What the hell?
That sounds good.
Okay, now that video that Cherokee just posted.
I saw lemon gelato pound cake. What the fuck?
The video that Cherokee just posted was a skydiver. He is not a paraglider or paramotor pilot. Skydiving, you come in a lot faster. And
was he a skydiver or was he one of them wingsuit guys?
No, he was a skydiver. You could tell.
Oh.
He was coming in on a parachute, and he came in really fast into a bunch of people, which should not have happened. He should not have tried to land that thing in that group of people. That was terrible.
Well, you're going to have to send me that clipboard in a message because lemon pound cake sounds delicious.
I'm renovating my kitchen, trying to listen and talk to the hubby at the same time. I heard flying, so I assumed. Yeah, well, I mean, Elizabeth, we're still pilots. We still fly through the air. I'm not I don't fly a commercial airplane, but I'm still a pilot. I drive a pilot, which is awesome. So my car's a pilot, and I'm a pilot.
I'm not, I like watching y'all's videos and seeing what it looks like from the sky. But you know what? I got that out of my system when Google Earth became a thing. I have no desire.
That was the whole thing.
Yeah, but I know y'all want to see it. Y'all have the desire to.
No. Okay.
I do not.
I started off having a really high interest in remote control cars, right? Okay, and from remote control cars, it went to flying, which I started buying electric airplanes, remote controlled electric airplanes. Really, well, actually, before that, I got the one with the line on it, and you just make it go around and around in a circle around you. Did that. Then I got remote controlled airplanes when they got to be cheaper. And after that, I bought a drone, which had a nice 4K camera and everything, which that's great. But that was the drone flying, not me. I wanted to be the one in the air, not the drone. And that's when I went to paramotoring. So it's just a progression. There's nothing bigger than that, I don't think. Skydiving is not the same thing as skydiving, you come down, you're coming down regardless. Paramotoring, I can go up or down. So that's why I like that. Paragliding's the same way. You can go up with paragliding, but you have no motor on your back. You have to catch thermals to lift you up higher with paragliding. But there's no motor on your back. If you have mountains, you can, you're great for paragliding, I should say, if you have mountains around. But where we're at in Virginia, there's no mountains to speak of.
Yeah, it's in my closet, John Q. But yeah, no, Tony, I don't have any desire for adrenaline. My desire is for the exact opposite of adrenaline. I want to sit on my couch and do absolutely fucking nothing. Yeah, I'm anti-adrenaline.
My wings right there. My helmet's right there. My radios are behind me. But it's cold outside. I'm not going flying anytime soon with it that cold. That one guy was bleeding a lot from his head. Ooh, Cherokee, I'm glad I didn't watch the whole video. I watched some of it. It didn't look like that was a good landing at all. That's terrible. Normally on a paramotor, you don't come in that fast. Not even close to that fast. Unless there's like no wind and your trims are all the way out, you might come in at a pretty good speed rate, but that's what the flare's for, to slow you down. Which is what that skydiver was trying to do, but there was people in the way. You can't slow down if you're getting running into people as you're coming in. So they should have moved. Hey, there's a guy coming in. Move!
I mean, Kyle, depends on where you're at. So if you're in somebody else's airspace,
right?
Like if he wants to fly from here, he has to request permission, or not even request permission. He has to notify Langley Tower. We're right by Langley Air Force Base. He has to notify them that, hey, I'm going to be taking off in your airspace. I'm going to be leaving, or I'm going to be hanging around, and let them know. And they'll tell him, hey, we got jets in the area. That might not be a good idea.
Yeah, if you take training, they will tell you.
It depends on
about
what
airspace
you're in, on what you have to do. And those airspace maps are so fucking confusing. It's ridiculous.
If you would like, you can go to skyvector.com and look up your area where you would think you would like to fly, and you can see what class airspace you're in. Class G is pretty much wide open. You can fly from sunset to sundown in Class G, as long as you're clear of clouds. You can't go like hide in a cloud because a plane might hit you. So you're required to stay clear of clouds. I don't know the exact numbers. It's like 500 feet sideways or above or down 1,000 feet sideways, and then another 500. I'll have to look at the numbers, but
we don't have
to stay
nuke
clear of
silos,
clouds.
but if you go in the other direction, we are near Surrey Nuclear Power Station, which you can fly by them. They just don't want you like lingering. Then you look suspicious.
Yardbird posted the concert. Hell yeah!
Oh, cool.
Or he posted, I don't know if it's a concert, but he posted something. Yeah, me too, Tony. We're doing our best to try and make it. It's basically boiling down to a money situation. I don't think we'll have a problem getting off work. Yeah, I do have an aircraft radio, Walter.
He's just a chicken.
I'm chicken to call that Air Force base. Now they're really
like,
nice.
So the guy Jay that he flies with occasionally is an actual airline pilot. He flies for American Airlines. So when he calls Langley, he's all official and shit, right?
Yeah.
And I keep trying to tell him, look, the kids that you're calling in this air traffic control tower are kids. They're 19 and 20 years old. You don't have to have all the lingo down pat. Just call them and tell them, this is what I want to do. You cool? And they'll be like, yeah, we're cool. Or they'll say, no, you not right now, and this is why. They don't want to hit you any more than you want to hit them. It's all about
I don't know
safety.
why I'm so scared about it. So who calls them for you? No,
he just
I have to
doesn't
call.
fly anywhere where he has to call.
The pilot.
Or he makes other people that he's flying with call.
What I usually do right now is I will fly when they're closed. So Langley Air Force Base is closed for holidays, and they're closed at certain points during the weekend. Now, in the winter, since time, daylight savings time, it's all jacked up. There's no way. When they close, it's already dark. But in the summertime, when time changes, we still got a lot of daylight, and they'll be closed when I can still fly. That's why in the summer it's a lot easier to fly. But yeah, I can always call and say, hey, I'm going to take off from here. I'm going to be flying at this altitude. I'm staying in this area. And they'll probably say, okay, just call us when you're done. That's how it would go, honestly. And that's it. It's very simple. They're really nice people. You don't have to beg and plead with them. They'll say, hey, no, we're doing acrobatic maneuvers right now. They'll tell you. Which they do lot of acrobatic maneuvers from this Air Force base. Trust me.
Yeah, I mean, he was when we were driving to work this morning. What wasn't he up there just like spinning around in circles?
Hey,
in
I'd
his
love
jet?
to see you do it, man. Get out there. You will. There will not be anything better you can do in your life than go do that. I'm telling you right now.
I mean, if that's what you're interested in, and a lot of the schools, if you go, even if you don't buy your own equipment, if you go and you fly around and then you go home and then you're like, I still don't know, you can go back and they'll let you use their equipment and you can keep. Because a lot of them, once you go and pay, you can keep going back.
Yeah, they'll train you for life. I'll just say this:
Will.
the very first time you take off the ground on your own, you cannot beat that feeling. You cannot. You basically just ran into the air like Superman. It's incredible, and you just fly around and look
and who knows, you may even land like
the beautiful.
Superman
It's absolutely fantastic. Especially if you got nice, cool, calm conditions, which if you're going through training, they're not going to let you take off in bad air. Trust me, they won't let you. They'll be like, nope, today's a bad day. They'll let you know, hey, this is a good day, and then you go. And they probably will not even let you. They're not going to let you take off until you're ready anyway.
If it's a bad day, that's when you go and do in-class training.
Yeah, that's what Kylo does. If it's bad weather, we just go do more training in school. We do more training in the classroom. We're way past time. Oh my God. It's been fun talking to everybody. I know it's been mainly about paramotoring. Unfortunately, I apologize, but may talk about paramotors. You won't jump out of a plane? Kyle, I'm the same way. I do not have any desire to jump out of a plane, but paramotoring to me, even if you had a slight doubt, go do one of those parasailing things. Like if you have a water nearby and they have one of them rental parasailing things where they pull you behind a boat, it's very similar to that. And when you see how smooth you glide through the air, you'll be hooked. Because I did parasailing also. And it's just, you can't beat it. Oh, you did do parasailing. It's just like that. That's how you see how stable the glider felt while you were in the air? Same way when you're paramotoring. Same. Except when you're paramotoring, you have complete control over the glider. Turning left, turning right, hitting the brakes, diving down, etc. Lot more control. And with a paramotor, you can go down and literally drag the ground, which I'm still scared to do, but I may do that in the future. That's about it, though. I'm not going to do any crazy acrobatic tricks. Hey, we outlasted Walter. We're doing good. We outlasted Walter. All right. I think we're going to bump off here, guys. It has been an excellent time tonight. I think we got a lot accomplished tonight, even though we talked about a bunch of bullcrap. Tomorrow, my pods should show up from DCF. I get to try all those pods. These have lasted, I will say that these SV 15,000s, they last a long damn time. I've had these for 2 or 3 months now? Still going strong. No problem. It still vapes. It still vapes really good. And this it finally went from green light to blue light, which means it's getting lower on juice, but it took forever to get a blue light off of this thing. Forever. That one is delicious. Yeah, this is the orange lime soda. So if you like Sprite or 7-Up or something, you'd like this. And it lasts. These things last. I do not bullcrap you guys. These will last you and last you.
That is not the proper white person term. It's I shit you not, which apparently I didn't know that only white people use that term. Good night, Walter.
All right. You guys have a great weekend. Y'all stay safe out there. If you are a PPG flyer or any type of flyer, make sure y'all fly safe. And Jade will tell you, hey, fly safe. She had a bad accident, and I'm totally with her on that. I completely understand. And she never has to fly again if she don't want to. But she wants everybody to be safe. So y'all be safe out there. I'm looking forward to this season. I'm hoping to go to a lot of fly-ins. Maybe do some live shows from the fly-in. That would be awesome. Get to see Will. Haven't met Will in person yet. That would be awesome. Oh, there's Jade. Jade's still here. Thank you, Jade. I thought you were gone. But Jade's awesome. And it wasn't her fault about the accident. And I completely understand. Like I said, I would never like, hey, you need to go fly. No. That's something you got to work out in your own mind. You guys have a great weekend. We will catch y'all guys the same time next week. Same bat channel. Or you can go to paramotoroutlaw.com, which is my new website that directs you right back to my YouTube channel. Paramotoroutlaw.com. Y'all have a good one. Peace out, everybody. Hey!
Bye.